In the landscape of figure photography, one group strived for tangible and dynamic displays.
No time to explain. Get in the rows.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Bug. Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. It's the bigger love of the family.
The Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast is filmed in front of a live virtual audience and is funded in part by viewers just like you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it.
Yes,
This is
sir.
not Boog Nice 10. This is not Fabio because he's busy making a pizza pie. This is Rick Dom of the A.C.B.A. podcast, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Pon Cheesy, and one of our recent fellow admin, David Walton.
Hey, fellers. Happy Saturday, not Friday.
That's right. It is Saturday.
It is Saturday, my dudes.
Off
What
to
a
good
time.
Yeah. What's going on with you guys? How's everybody's weekend been?
Oh man, I just had Jollibee, so it was a great weekend.
You
Wait,
bastard.
where?
I had to celebrate the Nendoroid. I told my fiance, I was like, dude, we gotta celebrate. We gotta get this fucking Jolly Spaghetti. We gotta get this chicken joy.
That's
Did
right.
you pre-order? Is it up for pre-order or is it up for sale
Oh
right now?
yeah, it's up for pre-order.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
for a couple days, it was like number 2 or number 3 on Ami Ami. That was amazing to see.
That's pretty spectacular.
They're showing out.
Jesus
They're showing out
Christ.
for the Jollibee.
Well, I said it to you guys in chat. June, if you are watching, because I know sometimes you tune in, the Jollibee, what is he, a bee? The Jollibee.
He's the
He is in fact a
Jollibee.
bee.
It'd be very dope to add to the food mascot line. Just saying. It's kind of got a following.
Yeah, he was on. Whose stream was he on? He was on. God, whose fucking stream was he on recently? I think it was Between Two Sentinels. Like a couple weeks ago,
Mhm.
I think. And I super chatted and I was like, dude, you're not gonna let Nendoroid get away with this, are you? You're the mascot man. Where the fuck is the Jollibee?
And it came out of kind of nowhere because are there any other licensed Jollibee like figures or items out? Like,
Hell
other than the stuff
no.
they carry.
Just
Hell no.
by the bee.
Yeah, not even a Funko Pop. I don't think, right?
I don't know if there's a Jollibee Funko Pop.
Damn, he's throwing it back.
He
You
is
see
throwing it back. One of the greatest videos of all time.
that shit in a circle.
That doesn't make you want some spaghetti.
Oh my
Some
god.
fried chicken. I don't know what it does.
That's my dog.
That's pretty spectacular, man.
Dude, fucking Chamba called it. He's like, it's gonna come with the spaghetti. I just thought to myself, no,
Yeah.
I don't think they would, but I'd love it if it did. And sure enough,
The spaghetti, man, it is world renowned. I haven't had it in a while. You're
So
talking
good.
about it now is actually making me crave some Jollibee.
I just had it an hour ago.
There are Jollibee Pops. There are Jollibee Pops.
Mm.
They've got the traditional Jollibee Pop and they got them in the fucking barung. Let's go. It's 75.
Not the balloon.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's pretty dope.
Filipino Independence Day exclusive.
Pinoy and proud. Oi, Philippines.
It's so funny. I'm confident there's somebody right now on the stream like, what the fuck is a Jollibee?
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Oh man.
Hey, only 3 left in stock. Grab it now.
Grab it now.
That's
$75
$75.
buckaroos.
How far east does Jollibee? Do you know this? I'm asking like you were going to know off the top of your head. How far east does Jollibee go before they stop?
I would imagine like maybe mainland China, like maybe in like the big
I didn't
cities.
mean that far east. I
Miss
meant
America.
I meant like domestic.
Mm.
Because there aren't any in Georgia where I am.
I mean, there's stuff on the East Coast. There's tons of Jollibees on the East Coast.
Really?
In Jersey, right?
Yeah, I mean New York and stuff like that for sure. But like, there's one in Virginia Beach, and then there's one in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh my god!
And I am begging for one in Charleston. I don't know.
Please.
I need to contact that. Yeah, I need to contact the embassy and like immediately.
Is Charleston the one with like? Is Charleston the which one is the beach town that's near you?
Charleston.
Charleston.
Yeah, Charleston.
I live in
Okay, then
Charleston.
yeah, that's gotta be the spot. It's gotta be
No,
it.
it actually would. Charleston is a huge tourist hub in the South.
You build it in Goose Creek. That's where all the Filipinos live. Shout out to my Goose Creek.
Yeah, shout out to that Goose Creek. Catch me in the Goose.
Which is like 10 minutes away from Charleston. Christopher Miller is asking, is that AI making its eyes blink, or does the bee have mechanical eyes in the suit? It is in fact mechanical eyes, my friend. You thought Peter Parker was the only one with that kind of tech? No.
Hilarious. Jack in the Box. Jack could never.
That's true. That's great. I used to love Jack in the Box.
I still love Jack in the Box.
Yeah, every now and again I get a craving for the Jack in the Box 2 tacos.
Oh hell yeah!
Are the 2 tacos still 99 cents?
Now they're $1. But you know what? There is a catch. You can only get it for that price if you order through the app.
Wow.
You pull up at the window and you're like 99 cents for 2 tacos. There hit you with like oh, I'm wrong. On the app, they're still 99 cents.
Let's go.
Still 99 cents for 2 tacos, man. Hit them in Arizona. They're the only ones.
Shout out to June again. I'm actually kind of fiending for more of these food mascots. Yeah, because I went and picked up the Frankenberry and the Count Chocula from Ross.
Those are great.
Hell yeah.
Very quality. Now
I
got
you wouldn't let me down.
In Blueberry. And I still need to hunt down Chester Cheetah.
He's gotta be inexpensive. That Blueberry? Gotta be.
I think it's still on like their official partner site, I'd imagine. Paulmart.
Oh, you could buy Blueberry on Amazon for retail.
Okay, you can get Chester for $25 on Amazon too.
Yeah, Chester's that dude.
Looks like we're about to make an order.
Oh hell yeah. June, if you're listening to this. Oh wow, and the Blueberry is sold by Amazon. That's awesome.
All right, about to drop both of those in the cart. You are not fucking lying. The Chester Cheetah is definitely on here for $26. So they have the hot glow in the dark for the hot Cheeto version.
Yeah, that's the
I missed all of these when they first dropped because I know we had talked about it kind of like behind the scenes. I'm sure you guys talked about it on the cast. But I was originally going to pass on these, but having the other ones in hand, I'm like, all right, these are dope as shit. Dude, and the price is crazy.
They're super fun. That Chester, like, it has no business being that good. Like, it's so ridiculously posable. It's awesome. It's so fucking good, man. It's what made me want them to do Looney Tunes so bad because, you know, their limbs are kind of like proportion the same. So I was like, man, they'd kill the Looney Tunes. But yeah, it's fucking great, man.
All right, adding both of these to cart. This is a win. Thank you, gentlemen.
Wonderful. What's next? Let's talk. What do you want to do first, Rick? You want to talk SHF? You want to dive right into Hasbro? What do you want to do?
We'll do Hasbro, I guess, first. We'll do Hasbro first.
Let's go. Let's dive right
in.
Take
the pulse. Take the pulse.
Oh, did they not?
Did you guys get a chance to watch the stream live, or did you guys watch it after?
Oh, it's too early for me on the West Coast. I'm too lazy. It comes on like 7 a.m. for me, so I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm always curious because again, it's fine watching it after, but I'm always curious what the vibe of the chat is like, because I know sometimes it can get a little volatile.
Sometimes
in there. I'm being kind, but I thought this was an interesting pulse. I thought it was an interesting stream. A lot of stuff that I was not expecting to see, a full Gamerverse wave essentially. So I'm curious how people were responding to it in real time.
I turn chat off whenever I watch these things. Because why would I ever read that? But I mean, what about you, Rick? Do you read the chat when you're watching these live streams?
You know what? I like to torture myself a little bit, and I'll keep it on, and then I eventually go, dude, fuck these guys, they're super annoying, and then I turn it off.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro, because it's like the level of interest is there to know about the new products or to potentially want to purchase these products, but then it's like hate watching, because it's like just to go in there and talk shit to these dudes that are literally just doing their job. Like it's always fascinating to me just to kind of watch it all unfold. So yeah, I watch it to an extent.
The last thing I'll say about chat is like the funniest thing about chat on these like Pulse lives is people are typing as if Ryan and them are reading it.
Real time, right?
Like, are they talk about this? Are they expecting them to be all like, hold on. That guy right there wants us to talk about why this doesn't have butterflies. Hold on.
Yeah. But good on those guys for always being professional. Hard job to have sometimes. I know they're passionate about the product, but yeah, let's dive in. Let's talk some toys.
Yeah, let's talk toys.
Yeah, I thought Boog would have much more photos, but we'll figure it out. While I go ahead and I'll actually just pull up the stream.
Right.
I did not watch the stream, but I saw everything that came of it. So I will say that like I am pretty stoked for a full Gamerverse wave. That's actually really rad to me. I think that's really, really cool. Spider-Man 2 was of course like, big shit when it came out. Like it was great. Like the game itself, I thought the game was great.
Is there a butt coming there?
Yeah, but it's just I mean, Spider-Man 1 was great. So it's just more Spider-Man 1. which is fine. I remember, but I specifically remember that year, like people were like pressed because it didn't win Game of the Year, but I'm like,
yeah,
why would it? It's still great, but like it doesn't, it's not
continuation.
Yeah, it's not goaty.
It's not transcending.
Yeah, exactly. But there was a lot of cool stuff that came from the game, including these suits, baby. So I'm over here on Toy Arc, our old friends.
Let's do it.
It is still mind-boggling that no real DLC dropped for Spider-Man 2. That's still surprising.
Yeah, that's a whole thing too. Like that's like I haven't been tapped in to like the gaming ecosystem as much as I used to be when I used to be the CEO of GameStop. But
thank you for your service.
Yeah, of course. But like every time like a PlayStation like stream happens, I forget State of Play. Every time a State of Play happens, everybody is always complaining about no Spider-Man 2 DLC. I mean, like there is DLC, but like not on the same level. But it doesn't make sense,
bro, because Spider-Man 1 had like 3 or 4 different DLC chapters. And so to have nothing for Spider-Man 2 is
it's pretty crazy. So like
it's pretty crazy, bro.
So I mean, like I understand that they're working on like Wolverine and stuff, but like there was also like, oh my god, this is like a huge can of worms. So like
I know
it basically came out that Sony like 7 years ago or 6 years ago basically told all their second party developers, hey, stop what you're doing. And I'm paraphrasing here, but like stop what you're doing and just work on games as a service game. So stuff like Fortnite and like Overwatch and like Marvel Rivals and stuff, like games as a service. So stop what you're doing, start developing new IP, not even new IP, but take your old IP or whatever, just whatever you do, start making games as a service games so we can start printing money. And that just put everything on hold. So that's why this generation, they're really like the PS5 generation hasn't really put out bangers like PS4, PS3, all that stuff, because like everybody was so hyper focused on games as a service games. And then Concord came out and then immediately just like tanked. And then Sony was all like, oh, okay, everybody stop doing that. Maybe we shouldn't do that. So like 6 years of development time for like all these great studios is just completely just like down the drain. It's crazy, and I'm sure Insomniac was one of them as well.
Speaking of Marvel, how about that fucking shit this week, that they fired the entire Marvel Rivals team?
Which is crazy.
Did they really?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And they issued a statement telling like players, don't worry, this won't impact the game. This won't impact like releases.
Yeah, I'm
but
sure.
What message does that send? Because that game is killing it. Like everybody's still talking about that game. The numbers that it's done in terms of sales have been amazing. The rollout has been super well received. It's odd. It's very odd.
Yeah. The developers came out, like all the people behind the scenes, and they were like, "Hey, man, like I guess it doesn't matter if we make like the biggest game in the world right now. Like,
right.
fired. Like this sucks."
So we'll see. They say that there won't be a change and that gamers won't be impacted by this. It's just business as usual. But I don't see how. I don't see how it's not going to impact the frequency of releases. Again, the sky really is the limit with Rivals because everything about it that they've done so far has been great. So I guess time will tell.
Yeah, Sony has built up a lot of good graces over PS3 and PS4, but like they're just shitting the bed this generation. And it's not just them. Like Xbox had like tons of layoffs too. And not saying that Marvel Rivals is like Sony is like directly to Sony, but like the industry as a whole is just seeing so many like crazy layoffs. It's like very disheartening.
And I was about to say, didn't Xbox also just concede like the other day? Didn't like their CEO come out or something and was like, "Hey man, like we're not gonna do this competing shit with PlayStation anymore. Like this doesn't work." So
Phil Spencer's always saying some crazy shit.
Officially for the console wars, like it's done.
He was like, "We're not doing this again."
There's a lot of rumors that Xbox is still going to be doing their own thing, but they're also going to do multi-platform on some of their IPs. So like, people are saying that like Halo multiplayer might come to PS5 and Switch 2, which is crazy to think about. But
that is crazy.
It is nuts. But it's neither here nor there. Spider-Man.
All right, Game Reverse, add a gaming segment next time. So you said your initial gut on these you were happy.
I'm stoked.
Yeah,
I'm stoked. Like I like the suits from Spider-Man 2. Like I don't like the suits from Spider-Man 2 as much as I like the suits from Spider-Man 1, but there's still great suits from Spider-Man 2. A lot of great stuff. Real quick, let's just see what everybody in the chat is saying. Griffey is saying Venom is a must-have. I don't know if it's gonna be $59.99, but I don't know. It could be one of the best Venoms Hasbro has given us. Tyree is saying, wish we got villains from Spider-Man 1. Me too.
Yeah, that was one thing that people kept saying in the comments yesterday on Wade's stream. Go watch Wade's stream with Ryan Ting. It was a great stream. Like I thought the most frequent comment that I saw was like, hey, it's not that this wave is bad. It's just that there's like 5 Spider-Men. Like, why wasn't there any villains put in this thing? And I don't disagree.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah, I agree for sure. So first up is this little fella right here.
What is this? This is Ghost Spider.
Yeah, Ghost Spider. It's like a cosmic version of Spider-Man or some shit. I don't know. I didn't read the description, but I do remember this costume. Pretty kooky costume. I mean, I'm just going to address the elephant in the room for this wave. Spider-Man without butterfly joints is kind of nutty. I understand why it happens, but like, come on, bro. What are we doing?
Hill that you die on when it comes to Spider-Man figures. And so do you feel that way that like every Spider-Man should be on the buck that has the butterfly joints?
I mean, I don't necessarily think they should all be like, locked to a specific buck, but I feel like, any like, move some stuff around. Give these guys, butterfly joints. Spider-Man for God's sakes.
And what's the excuse for the black suit is that like, oh, we don't want to break up the spider, but like
never
what's the excuse here? What's the excuse with this, man?
Spirit Spider says Wrestling Hound. Thank you, Hound.
Thank you. Ghost Spider is what they call Spider-Gwen now.
Yeah,
so,
I was about to say,
right. Yeah, Ghost Spider is.
But I was like, oh, maybe I'm wrong.
That is right.
Yeah.
I like this design. I like the bare feet. I don't know
the gripper zone. You like that?
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I need these because I don't know how well I'm building out my Spider-Verse collection. I did go back and I started collecting all of the Iron Men that Hasbro has put out to kind of build out my whole hall of armors. I don't know if I want to go this deep into a Spider-Verse display. And who knows? Maybe it'll be something I'll regret later by not. Oh, it's a Walmart exclusive too. Oh my sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah, well, this just gonna peg warm. Like I promise you. Like,
you know, honestly, it's funny you say that. When my initial gut when I saw this whole wave roll out and saw the whole end that it was just all Spider-Man. Shout out to Tyree for saying "Oops, all Spiders."
Yeah, oops, all Spiders.
That I also thought that I don't know how well this wave will do, because if you did not play this game, will consumers have a connection to these?
I think like you know, we say all the time that this line is leaning more and more towards adult collectors, but like dude, this line reminds me of toys from like the 90s and like the 80s and stuff, just like your favorite character and just sick costumes.
The suits. Yeah, like
yeah.
Batman ate off of this shit. Batman still eats off of this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think like if anything, like it would resonate a lot with like kids or just like or just people in the store just seeing like a cool character, not necessarily this guy, because this does not look like Spider-Man at all. Like you have to play the game to know this is Spider-Man.
I kind of like it though. Has he ever had this look? And if anybody in the chat knows, please sound off. Has he had this look in the comics before?
Yeah,
you would think so, right?
Yeah, please let us know. Please let us know
that they pulled this from somewhere. I kind of dig it. And if there is a comic where Spider-Man got the spirit of vengeance and he kind of like was imbued with the powers of Ghost Rider, and this is where this comes from, that makes it kind of more sick to me. But the design I like, the color scheme I like.
Color scheme is cool. He looks cool in the game, but like I don't like personally, like he's a little too bulky for me, but like it is what it is. What are you gonna do? Next up this is what a lot of people are talking about. This is Kingpin from Spider-Man 1, allegedly. That's what they say. But he does not look like Kingpin from Spider-Man 1 in the slightest.
This is the Hulk body, right?
The Joe Fix-It?
Joe Fix-It, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. They said on the stream that this is not the same body that the white Kingpin Build-A-Figure and the retro Kingpin. This is not sharing that same body.
Okay. And the head sculpt is from Paul Harding. Friend of the show.
I saw he posted that.
So
H baby.
I mentioned
go ahead, Rick.
It turns out that Spider-Man is from the comics, and his name is actually Ghost Spider-Man. I'm literally looking at a panel of him saying, "I am Ghost Spider-Man."
But I'm assuming this would have come before Gwen as Spider, whatever, and they assigned her as Ghost Spider. So it makes sense. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. So then that kind of bumps that up for me then as a must-have. But I may wait though, because I feel like every Walmart exclusive Legend has gone on sale.
Yeah, it's ended up at Ollie's for sure.
Yeah, every single.
Maybe not Strange, but
I don't think Strange made it to Ollie's, but I do think Strange went on sale.
Okay. Yeah.
This was a pass for me until, because it does not look like Kingpin in the game.
Yeah, for sure.
And when they said it did not share the same body as the Build-A-Figure or the retro Kingpin, that's when I wanted it, because now I do not want it to be Kingpin at all in my display. It's going to be a goon, because they always have that one big overly henchman. And for the A.C.B.A. OGs, once upon a time I had called somebody's pick this big goon they had, and I called him Smalley Biggs. And so this is now going to be my Smalley Biggs in my display. I'll just get a new head. And I'll put him with my mob.
This guy's going to be behind Tombstone. So no head?
Shots. This big hulking beast. But this looks good in black. And this is a good reuse of the Joe Fix-It mode.
Yeah, the figure itself is really, really nice. But like, understandably, I get why a lot of people are like, why? Because it looks nothing like from the game. But it's like it's classic Marvel. It's like the game, dude. It's the Marvel Legends game. Like when we got that first Prowler that was that was like, this'll do for now until we can find place in the budget to give you like a whole new sculpt. And then I think even when they gave us like the new Prowler, it still wasn't like accurate to the movie. It was still on like some other buck or whatever. So
Yeah.
a lot of people are rightfully so scratching their heads with this. My main question for this is Paul Harding sculpted this for sure, right? But I want to know, was he given he there's no way he was given instructions to make it look like Spider-Man 1 Kingpin. Like, I feel like they just commissioned a Kingpin head from him, from like maybe like his Marvel in the 70s series or something like that.
Oh, for sure. That's what it. Can we go back to a close up of the head? Because that's what it looks like. The feel is to me of old school comic retro styled Kingpin. This is what I think of Kingpin when I think of those old Frank Miller books of Daredevil. This is what comes to mind for me.
True. I meant to ask him that actually on like Threads or Twitter or wherever I saw him post it, but like I should go back and ask him for sure. Because that'd be cool. It's always great to see Paul Harding sculpts on here. I just want to know just want to peel back the curtain and just see what the thought process was here.
Welcome back. He's a friend of the show. It's funny it's funny when we had Paul on here that one time, and then all the releases that have come since then, and all the things that he was working on and had worked on and was kind of waiting in the wings. But Paul has been a very busy man.
Oh yeah,
across multiple lines.
He's always doing something, man.
Yeah, he is. You know what's interesting and a missed opportunity to me? I am still very surprised they did not do a big Chungus Kingpin from
refrigerator Kingpin.
Yeah, from the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah,
that would have been a really cool figure, and
crazy.
They've done all the different Spider-Mans and all those other artistic looks of the other ones. He would have been a very standout figure in people's collections.
Oh yeah.
You know what really surprised me? I honestly thought that we would get Apocalypse in a suit before we got the game version of Kingpin.
Well, never say never, my brother.
That's true.
Well, you know what sucks though? The Krakoa era is over.
Yeah.
But they still could reuse all those suits and give us a 3-pack one day of him, Xavier, and Magneto.
That'd be fire.
That would be fire. That would sell well.
Leaders of Krakoa 3-pack, or just call it the Krakoa 3-pack or something.
Yeah, that would be cool. Let's go back to this head. Yeah, that looks like old school Morgan.
Yeah, that looks like a customizer that I've heard of before, without question.
He who will not be named.
He will not be named.
Yeah. There's no way.
Right?
It's funny. The color scheme's right for sure.
Yeah.
This guy is like mad at a drive-through. It's just a Diet Coke. Like,
I'm not leaving until I got my chicken nuggets.
Everything is kind of spot on, minus the head.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked at all if like they just had like something that Paul did already in the tank, and they're like, what else for this wave? How about a Kingpin? Okay, well, what's left in the budget? Oh, no room for anything. All right, tight. Well, let's just piecemeal this together. Why not?
Yeah, his head may actually look pretty dope on the retro or the Build-A-Figure body.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
End up with a nice retro Kingpin.
Yeah, there you go. Very nice. Next up, there we go. A little Kingpin action there. Boom, boom. Very nice. A big box. He kind of looks like refrigerator like.
Kinda in the box at least.
Yeah, in the box for sure.
$39.99 for this.
He's semi-fridge.
49. 49 has got me crying for this. This is crazy.
Upset if you say $49.99 for this. How much was Retro Kingpin?
Retro Kingpin? I don't know. Let's find out. Hold on.
I'll tell you, I ordered it on Amazon, so I should be able to go back to my email and look.
I got him on Amazon also.
Retro Kingpin was. I'm still in pages.
$39, $40.
Let's see.
$39.99. Yeah.
Yeah, $39.99.
So if this one is not $39.99, people are going to be salty.
Throwing up.
Yeah,
I'm throwing up.
Because really, I guess it would also be a matter of how much was Joe Fix-It Hulk, who was also, ironically enough, a Walmart exclusive that 100% went to Ollie's.
Yeah,
we had somebody in the comments saying he got him for $7.
Yeah. Yeah, and my dumb ass bought 2, thinking I was going to use one for trade bait. It sat in the box.
Damn.
So I have an extra one. Yeah, damn indeed. And then they re-release Joe Fixit too? Or for some reason I have 2 Joe Fixits. Oh, wait, wasn't one Gamerverse Joe Fixit? And then later came the Walmart exclusive Joe Fixit. That's why we had 2.
Don't know.
I thought
serves me correct because one had no pinstripes and the other one was in like a suit and had a different color, like gray. I'm pretty sure that's how that went down.
Yeah, you're right, and it's an ugly face with that fucking Build-A-Figure one. It's like a hideous face, and there's technically 3 Joe Fixits because the other one is in the 2-pack with Wolverine
in the tuxedo.
in the tuxedo. There's technically 3.
Damn. Yeah, I still need to get that. I'm just waiting on it to get a little bit lower.
What price are you looking for it?
For the Joe Fixit? I want that shit to drop to $27.99. Like the
I
other
was about to say I got an email earlier today that Amazon has it for 45.
Yeah, they
I
got
think the original price was 60. So
yeah. Yeah, it was $59.99 and now it's down to 46. Yeah, they're gonna have to run that for 27 and I'll jump then. Because all those 2-packs were originally like $49.99 and they've all dropped down to around the $20 mark. Shit, some of them hit Ollie's and were like $19.99. So
oh my god.
I shall see you soon, my pretty. Did not like this suit.
Oh, this is a standout, is it not?
This is the Miles one, though, right?
Yeah, this is a standout from the wave. From a lot of people think.
I didn't think so.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah, you may be thinking about the Boricua.
Oh yeah, sorry, my fault. I am.
Yeah.
Damn.
My bad.
Yeah, this is Miles' version of the what's that suit called in the game? The accelerated.
Just the upgraded Doc Ock.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, this is Miles' upgraded suit.
Yeah, this is his version of it. Not a fan.
Tight. Well, at least it's on a good buck. So, or
it looks like Captain Britain.
It looks like
I was
what?
gonna say, looks like Captain Britain. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Looks like Spider-Man UK for real.
Spider-Man UK. Yeah, Spider-Man UK Junior.
Spider-Man UK Junior.
All right, next up. This is what a lot of people were talking about for sure. This is the Venom suit from the game. I like the way the Venom suit looked in the game. I thought it was a really cool, like updated, modernized version of it, or like Insomniac version of it.
And it was really cool when you played the game and you realized that as you played, the suit was evolving because they didn't like make it bam in your face. It was very subtle until you realized it. And you were like, oh shit, is the suit changing?
Yeah, really, really cool.
Yeah. So this is a good look. I don't necessarily need another black suit symbiote Spider-Man, but
you don't need one with no butterflies?
Not for me. Not for me.
I'm into this one for sure, just because it's the Insomniac suit. It's really, really cool. But like, yeah, man, what were they thinking?
Not a single Spider-Man has butterfly joints in this wave.
No, I mean Miles had butterfly joints.
Miles has it.
The one we just saw previously.
Yeah. There are figures with butterflies in this wave, but why wouldn't you give this one?
But and that's why when they say things like, oh well, it would destroy the spider logo, like, man, we got a lot of Spideys in this wave. They have spider logos and have fucking butterflies. What are we talking about?
Yeah, this looks good though. I like this, and I like the accessory that it comes with too.
Damn, Lago, you're on your big brain shit. Lago said, mod the Kingpin into a big pun for Boricua Miles. Damn, a match made in Boricua heaven.
I will say though, he's not big enough to be big pun, but I do like where the thinking is. Big pun could have been a mod using the Spider-Verse Kingpin.
I mean, he said it. You couldn't measure him with 6 rulers,
Oh shit, that's not a bad idea though.
Man, Capliv is asking why isn't he slimy looking? Because he's not covered in baby oil yet. Like, it's the easiest mod out there.
Oh, you know what time it is, Brian. You know what time it is, Brian. Come on, let's get it out.
Yeah, I'm just so like I would really love to peel the curtain back and just wonder, like, obviously a lot of the percentage of the budget obviously went into this figure because it's like a unique sculpt all the way around. So why wouldn't they just give it butterfly joints? Like, they have to know at this point that people could care less about breaking up the spider logo if it meant more range. I just don't understand. Maybe there's like some crazy stipulation or something like articulation cannot break up a Spider-Man logo, but I don't know. That's just me like just popping off.
You know what this has me thinking? This has me thinking that we just got that really super skinny Agent Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that Agent Venom was supposed to be in this wave and be like, because now that I'm thinking about it, it kind of resembles how Agent Venom looked in Spider-Man 2.
Oh, when Harry had him?
Yeah.
Mm.
Because one of the things that everybody kept saying about that Agent Venom when they had it in hand is, why is he so small?
Yeah, that's true. That's a great observation.
Right?
That was very non-big man Blastoise of him.
Nah. And I don't recall Brock ever looking like that in the comics where he was that slender. Do you have a photo that you can throw up of what? Yeah. So, and the only thing is, while he didn't use guns that I remember in the game, I do remember him kind of looking like this a little bit. And again, I haven't played the game in a couple months, right? But I do kind of recall Harry had this look in Spider-Man 2.
Let's get a side by side. Here we go. I mean the resemblance is there, but it's a completely different animal, I would imagine, right here. But you can see where you are coming from. Oh well, he's got like the sculpted abs and stuff.
Yeah. And again, if you change up that spider decal so that you have the more comic look, not saying this is what happened. Definitely just something that I just thought about right now on the fly as we're looking at a wave of all Spideys, but I see the similarities.
Maybe it was a situation where they pivoted like halfway through the production of like the sculpt and stuff. I could see that for sure. I mean, it is very different, but I could see where maybe somewhere along the line they started the sculpt and it was like part of this wave, and then they're all like, "Nah, let's just do something else." And then they're like, "Okay, cool, let's just get them out with comic."
They said they're gonna do their own thing.
Yeah, they'll do their own piss for sure.
See what you did there.
Sure. All right. So the consensus on this is nobody likes it. All right, next up is this one. This is a standout for sure.
Yeah, this is the Bucky cap of Miles Morales figures right here, baby.
The Puerto Rican and the Caribbean Latino community lost their fucking minds when they saw this. Puerto Rico pride was alive and well online because everybody was saying that this is a must-have. Representation matters. Saw a few people even comment that were like, wait, I thought Miles was just black. He's Puerto Rican? He's Boricua? And so then it was a turn up. But it was really cool to see fans experience that and see people actually say representation matters in comics and mean it. And get excited about this. I thought this was a really cool moment.
Yeah, that's all. It looks so good. It looks great. It's one of those things you don't imagine that they'd make. You'd think like, oh, a country's flag on a figure. I don't know that they'd ever do it. And then here they go, proving me wrong.
But I don't know. It goes back to what I was saying at the top of this. Maybe for my Spider-Verse stuff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll just grab it for the culture too. It's kind of cool. Yeah, something I never thought I would see. Yeah.
I will say, like, the thing that I've been talking about specifically more and more these last couple of weeks, like my dream for just updated engineering for like shoulder articulation going up and down. This is the perfect example for why a piece of articulation like that is like important. Like, this pose would have hit infinitely harder if that shoulder could just go up. It's like always locked behind that trap right there. But if his shoulder could just like go up just a little, that would just sell this kind of posing way more, and like uppercuts and all sorts of stuff too. But I just wanted to slap that in there.
Oh,
slap it!
Shoot,
do a good slapping.
Yeah. Remind me, have we gotten a Miles figure with Bodega Cat?
Not in 6-inch form. I don't think so.
This would have been a really great figure to include Bodega Cat with the backpack in it.
Ruined it.
Missed opportunity, bro. Yeah, that would have been a nice accessory to have in 6-inch form. But I don't know. Did we not get Bodega Cat? Well, anyway, that would have been a cool little add-in. But yeah, this has been a standout. People are excited about it. I'll probably pick this one up. I may wait and stalk my Target and see if I can catch it on like a little mini sale or something. Or maybe they'll do one of those like buy $50 and get $10 off type sales. That'd be a good time to go crazy on this wave.
Nice. Lago brings up something very funny I remember happening.
I saw it.
Early in the game, they messed up and had the Cuban flag in his room instead of the Puerto Rican flag. Yeah, dude.
They got roasted for that.
Dog. Like, I personally had a very long and extensive debate with a close friend of mine for many years about the importance of DEI in video games. And he is like against it, and I was like, I don't know, dog. Like, this is a shining example of why it's important. Like, someone should have caught
it. People have a seat at the table, right? Yeah, somebody should have caught that.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they got roasted for that.
Yeah, it was.
I wonder if they went back later and changed it, right?
Oh yeah, somebody put in some overtime and fixed that for sure immediately.
Okay, Ebony Leopard and Brian are saying that there was a Legend Spider-Man from a Gamerverse wave that came with a cat. It was a remold of Goose from Captain Marvel.
Okay, did he have on the mask and he was like fully Bodega Catted out? I could have sworn that there was one, but I don't know. All this shit blurs together after a while. So while it is so, I'm gonna go back though. I'm sure somebody in the chat went to that. It is really cool that they went back and changed it. But shout out to anybody who did any screen caps and captured it when it was the Cuban flag. And then they have that in their stored photos. That one is that's got to be a pretty cool thing to have.
It's just a regular cat, no mask.
Bummer.
Okay.
That's what we want.
Well, maybe we'll get it on the re-release.
What a shame.
Yeah, if we had Black and Latino developers, we'd have better haircuts and proper flags. You're not wrong.
They're definitely in their like little side swoop dreadlock bag right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm tired of that damn Killmonger cut. Yeah, that shit was everywhere. And you saw it happen in like in the cycle of a video game development is like 4 years now or something like that. So like it lined up perfectly when Black Panther came out. Like every single black character had that haircut in video games like 4 years after that came out.
And I wish that was the extent, but so many animated shows all had that hair.
Yeah,
black character, give him the Killmonger.
It's definitely the vibe right now. Little side dreads. What was this supposed to be?
The anti-venom suit, which does not look like any.
Isn't this wrong?
Is it wrong?
I don't remember this in the game.
That's what it says. It says the anti-venom suit. The anti-venom suit does not look like this in the game at all. So I don't understand what's going on.
No, that's why I said I believe that this is wrong.
It was white, right?
Not what it looked like in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's check a look.
They just made some shit up on this. They just ran it back and they were like, you know what? We haven't used color 48-2B in a while.
So there is this version of the anti-venom suit in the game. It's this right here.
That still ain't it.
This is it for sure, but then there was like different styles of it too. So this is style 1, there's style 2, style 3. Bold of them to go with a variant, then not the fucking I just don't understand.
This is a personal project. Fucking little Stevie was in the corner and they were like, we gotta make the anti-venom suit. He's like, yeah, we should go with the second one. I think that's the one people like the most, and they just believed him. Like, oh, you think so, Steve?
That's crazy. I was gonna say
He's like, yeah, I think the second one for sure is what people want.
And it got the butterfly joints. Come on,
that's weird.
And it breaks up the Spider-Man logo. Come on, son.
It's weird because it's kind of like that color isn't even the color on the game.
Yeah, and Brian said it earlier. Shout out to Cap Lives. He said that they've done the black suit Spider-Man figures with butterfly joints that breaks up the logo a lot of times.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does it matter now?
It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah, strange decisions.
And like I can understand like moving the budget around and stuff like that, but like the thing that really hangs me up is like they went so far with just new sculpts for everything. Why couldn't they just go that extra inch and put butterfly dress? I understand that that's more tooling, but like that could have been like the flagship figure of the wave for sure.
And you know the biggest thing is like, just take the butterflies from this fucker. Nobody's gonna be mad at this suit that nobody even wants. That isn't even like, I mean, it's accurate, but it's not like the main version anyways. Like, why was this guy the one with the fucking butterfly joints? Like,
but I also don't understand the argument of cost savings across the wave, because this shit doesn't come with a ton of accessories. It doesn't come with a build-a-figure part. So the money in most of these are going to be reuses of existing bucks anyway.
Yeah, this is an existing buck. That's why this got.
I thought a lot of these were new.
Yeah,
there's new parts on them for sure.
I think the only. Yeah, but because they're all pinless, but even those parts are now reuses because they have enough Spider-Man now that are pinless. I do know. I'm pretty sure that symbiote suit Spider-Man is going to be a new buck, a new body mold. And then the next one that you're going to show, which I actually think may be one of my personal favorites, is going to be a bunch of new parts.
Oh, that's right. This is 1000%. Everything is brand new on this. Yeah. This is a sick suit.
And
too.
so,
it's a really
dude,
cool suit.
why is this suit so sick? This thing is awesome.
And they kind of even perked up in the live stream talking about this particular one. You could tell this is the one they were the most like excited and proud about. This is okay. This one is a must-have. This is pretty fucking badass right here.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
I think the Spidey. What did they say? This was the Brooklyn 2099 or what was this called?
I think it was the Brooklyn. Yeah, I really like it. I think this Boricua Miles and probably Black Cat over there probably gonna be the ones that I want.
Yeah,
that Black Cat looks so nice. The head sculpt. We're gonna get to it soon. But this looks great.
Are the spider parts translucent plastic on this? Is that how they're capturing that effect, or is that?
I'm sure it's Dude, translucent plastic for sure.
Shout out to the designer of this suit, like geeking out, like, oh shit, they're making my design into a figure.
Yeah,
that was awesome to see too. That's great. I love that kind of stuff.
It's it's a very wholesome moment, but a sad dystopian look into corporations owning your owning your stuff. Like the creator of this suit didn't even know.
I'll never forget. I've told it here on the podcast before, but I'll never forget. It was San Diego Comic-Con 2014 or 2015, and I'm sitting there and I see them reveal Udon Taskmaster, and I'm like, oh shit, Udon Taskmasters. Everybody knows, like, I have a close relationship with the people over at Udon. It's the owner Eric and Chamba and everybody, and I walk over to the booth and I'm like, Eric, what a fucking day, man, huh? And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, dude, your suit over there, fucking 6-inch plastic. How you're not hype right now? He's like, what the fuck? What do you mean? And I was like, they're making your Udon Taskmaster into a Marvel Legend. Nobody ever fucking called me.
Hilarious.
Nobody tells me shit. And he's like, okay, watch the booth. I'll be right back. And then he runs over with his phone and like snaps like a bunch of pictures. And he comes back. He's like, you know what? An email would have been nice. I would have liked that.
What he did.
I know. And like, I thought it was gonna be like an amazing moment, like an oh shit moment, but it was like, man, what the fuck? They don't tell us anything. Like,
that's crazy. So yeah, this one is a must-have.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then I think
awesome.
the Felicia is a must-have too, for sure. This is a great looking figure, 100%. And it looks
she
just
looks
like
so
her.
fucking good. That head sculpt, those head sculpts.
Yeah.
In the game,
dude. And those head sculpts look fucking great.
Good,
man.
It's no for me. I'm I know the design is cool. It's a good modern take, and I think this is what a Black Cat would look like if we got her in live action.
But like the tech suit and stuff.
But I like
lines.
Felicia to be a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I like my comic Felicia to be a little bit more slutty. So I'm good.
Crazy. What a crazy.
Yeah, I'm good with the. We all have our vices. But yeah, I think I still have the OG. Like I don't even display the Black Cat that they released. I still have the one that was using the old busty, thick Hasbro mold.
Yeah. Who was the first one to use that? Spider Woman? I can't remember.
Shit, I don't know. Was it Warbird? No, because that Spider Woman came out before that, huh?
Yeah.
It might have been Rickless. Yeah. It may have been that red and yellow Spider Woman.
Jessica, I think, might have been it. But this looks great. This looks awesome.
That's
I like
good.
it.
Yeah, for what it is, they captured the game.
So what do you think? Do you think she would have benefited from butterfly joints?
Shit, they could have put her on that whole new hyper flexible Black Widow body. Keeping it a buck.
Well, they would have, but like it wouldn't have had any of these like game specific like details and like sculpting lines.
I mean, could you have? Because again, those are all you can add all those on. I'm talking about the base torso to get more of that flexibility. But I see what you're saying. This is a new mold fully.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they could have used that buck as like the jumping off point and sculpted on top of that. I see what you're saying for sure. But like the benefit of them reusing the old buck is just saving cost on not having to retool stuff. So again, like I understand, like I get it. Like, why not go the extra mile? You're already doing so much. Like, why not just just add butterfly joints? Like, unless the only answer is like they just max the budget out, and like there's just no room for butterfly joints on new molds.
I don't know. I would love to have the next time that any of the Hasbros are on here. I would love for one of you to ask them the question of what is their philosophy around making sure that the mold that they use for a figure coincides with the attributes and abilities of said character.
Well,
because if she is like a stealthy, acrobatic thief, why would you not put her on a buck that has the most mobility, flexibility? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't always need giant bruiser characters, brutes and hulks, whatever, to have hella articulation. But for a character like this, it should. For a character like an Iron Fist or like a Shang-Chi or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like Spider-Man, you shouldn't be making Spider-Man anymore that don't have butterfly joints.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
And you know, Wade like said it to his face yesterday. Like, it's 2025, man. There shouldn't be Spider-Man without butterfly joints. Like, I don't mean to offend the guys or anything like that. You know, sometimes they watch. You know, I know that they love this just as much as we do, but I don't think that there's a single person that's going to be like, I'd rather have it without butterfly joints than not have it. I'd rather not have it. I'd rather you pick somebody else.
Well, you know what I think it is?
Than to give me a Spider-Man without the butterfly joints. It's just.
I was gonna say, like, I just came to this realization, like, the name of the game for Marvel Legends is reuse and just reusing stuff over and over, trying to build a catalog of all these different parts that they can down the road just use on other figures and then just cut costs and just maximize profitability. Like, the point I was
that's not even a Legends thing.
That's everybody. That's everybody. But what I was saying earlier was like, why didn't they just go the extra mile if the black suit, the Peter Venom suit, the what do you call it, the Black Cat? Why couldn't they just go the extra mile and add butterfly joints? The answer is extremely obvious once you sit there and think about it. Is because they can't reuse this torso on either of these figures, like, for other stuff down the road. It's like, this is just a torso for Black Suit Spider-Man.
This Spider-Man.
This is this. Yeah. Maybe you could fudge the Felicia, maybe, but like this is like a video game accurate depiction of her suit. So unless there's another character with the exact same suit, like, I can understand where they're like, okay, we can, but like, it makes no fiscal sense to put all this R&D into a sculpt that we can't reuse later in the line, which makes perfect sense because the figures that do have butterfly joints all are reused parts. Like this, like the Miles Morales, the 2099 suit. Let's see. Well, so this is the thing. Like this might be the one exception, like where they just balled out with the budget because this is a brand new sculpt as well, but this has butterfly joints too. So maybe they could just pick one. I have no idea. So like again, we'll never know. Like it's just those guys, and whenever you ask them, like they always
we're getting a little bit of lag.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's rough when I screen share.
Are you hearing that as well, Rick? Are you hearing
Yeah. When he screen shares it really slows him down.
But yeah, so
but you're cooking right now, so go ahead and finish that thought, Pete.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like it just makes sense where like fiscal sense, like why waste all that R&D, waste, in like corporate suits eyes, it's a waste, but to us it's not. But why waste all those resources developing stuff that you can't use later on? The only enigma here is this Miles 2099 suit, which they might end up like doing another color variant for it or something like that. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean that's a great take. It is, but just looking at it through the lens of like a customer and a collector, it's like, and we've talked about this kind of ad nauseum, but you continue to take away because I'm gonna say it again, not a ton of accessories with these figures, no build a figure part, and it's like I won't say bare minimum because we look, they've definitely given us less. But you would just think that, like you said, they would go the extra mile. And if this is all that the offering's going to be, they would have knocked it out the park with each of these. But I also think they recognize there's a risk of releasing an entire Gamerverse wave like this, of these not necessarily selling well. So why bust out and give everything all the bells and whistles? So it is a game.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like their other Gamerverse stuff did well in the past. We've seen that stuff at Ollie's and Ross before. So I mean, how could you blame them?
This is true. Are any of these a GameStop exclusive? I saw that which one was the Walmart exclusive? The
Ghost Spider. They haven't said.
Ghost Spider, yeah.
I don't think they said so far, but I could be wrong.
All right. And I forgot about Big Boy here. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
They went hard on this line. They released a ton of shit, which makes it even more weird they did not release any other villains.
Yeah.
Go back to that. All right, I'm gonna call it out. I wasn't blown away by this month. He has some long ass fucking legs.
Dude, what's going on there? He's got he went to Turkey to get a knee extension, huh?
That was quality. Yeah, those legs are long as fuck. And I don't know. I felt like he was bulkier in the game as well.
Yeah, I think if there was more bulk to the legs, it wouldn't stick out so much. But they not are only really long; they kind of feel really thin. So it just kind of sticks out even more. He looks like, I'm Venom the adult. 2 tickets for the R-rated movie, please.
It's funny. One of the first things that Bug said when he saw this was, "Okay, what are they going to reuse this body mold for?" And I still have not come up with anything. Because the game that they play, they're always thinking like 3 steps ahead of how they can reuse this and run it back. I don't know. I can't think of anything that's this big, this lanky, this Annihilus. Could they do an Annihilus on this? I need to see it where he's in this position.
I don't know. I'd like Annihilus with like buggy looking legs or something. Shout out to Logofig saying that this is the Stacy Keebler of Venoms. What a callback.
Yeah.
Stacy fucking Keebler.
That's a good pull, Lago. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure people will love this. I'm sure people will be excited for this. We have gotten a shit ton of Venoms. I know that we talked about Venom potentially having a maximum figure one day, once upon a time, one day, maybe in the near future. I don't know. This one is not doing it. I do like the head sculpt. I saw some cool stuff on those teeth in an up close shot of the head, but I wasn't thrilled about this.
Yeah, I see Hound in the comments saying that his legs are really long in the game, and you are correct. However, it's like I said, they're much bulkier in the game. They're not that thin. He has a lot of mass in those legs. He is really tall though in the game, and his legs are long because he's so tall. But
see,
they're
I wouldn't
bulky.
describe him as tall in the game. I would say he's really big in the game because his body is proportional to being a big bulky Venom.
Yeah,
This dude has like some extendos.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at all the shots in game, and like his thighs are fucking humongous in every single one. And when I look at this figure, the thighs are.
See, look at that.
I mean, they're big, but they're not like it is in the game. Like in the game, they're really. And then the what's it called? The calves, like are pretty big in the game too. I just think it's a little too thin.
Dude,
I mean,
this guy's been mewing for days. His jaw goes crazy.
You know, once this is posed up, it's gonna look perfectly fine. You know, but when it's just standing up there on the shelf, those legs they kind of stick out.
That head sculpt right there looks crazy. I'm trying to think of what that looks like to me. I can't put my finger on it yet, but that neck to head to shoulder ratio is crazy.
Dude, this looks like a WWE wrestler right now named Braun Breaker. He looks like fucking Braun Breaker right now.
Go to can you go one to the right?
Yeah, for sure.
Other right, yeah. The slobber, the drool, that's fire. Doing it in that translucent plastic like that is very impressive.
Dude, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's a quality head sculpt, and the tongue, the whole nine, that looks really good.
Yeah, you know what, Mario? That's totally true. He says this looks like a 1/10 Venom.
It's crazy that the paint apps are so sloppy on this print right here.
You know what?
Big, right?
That's true. So he says that he never really stands up straight like that in the game. He's always hunching over, and his legs are always bent. So yeah, it's like I said, once posed up, it's gonna look fine. I think you're gonna get over it.
Yeah, like here it looks. Well, that's kind of crazy. But like here this looks fine.
Why do you look like he was figure skating there? That was kind of nuts, huh?
And that is the logo. That's a game specific logo, right? Like that can't be fudged as a comic Venom.
Rick, are you still looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking at the logo right now. I mean,
yeah,
you could use it. You could use it. Matt Gargan has like a really exaggerated spider logo like that. Maybe if I look up a Matt Gargan.
We got that.
DC Multiverse Venom says Hound. Incredible.
Brian said David likes quality slobber. Oh my god! Yeah, you know,
I'm a man who knows what he likes. This is a variation, right? It's a variation of the comic logo.
Yeah, this could totally work for Matt Gargan if you wanted it to.
Which could work because that Matt Gargan Venom again, he was also very brolic, but he was a much bigger Venom than Eddie Brock. If you wanted to use this for your Dark Avengers,
that's true.
Yeah, this looks good. Posed up like this.
Yeah, that's a good pose.
Yeah, posed up. It looks good posed up.
Is this the first Venom on this buck with articulated like toe joints too?
Grippers?
Yeah.
I've never seen this buck before, so I think this whole buck is new.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. It looks very similar to like the Last Dance Venom, but like I wasn't sure if they reused the feet on it, but like the toe joints, I guess not. I don't think that one had toe joints.
Dude, this guy Hound is fucking killing it tonight. This is DC Multiverse Venom.
I said that a second ago.
With those proportions, man, that's wild.
So I wonder if it's interesting that they did not, and it's probably a cost thing because I'm sure this will probably cost $49.99.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, look how big it is. Look how it's holding up that 6-inch figure. Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. This shit may be $59.99.
If it's $59.99, I'm throwing up. There's no way.
Are you happy? Are you happy, Ryan?
I'm surprised they didn't release this one with the wings.
That's what a lot of people in chat are saying.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They really should have given it wings.
Why would they do that when they could release it a second time with like some other?
That's
Spider-Man
what I'm saying, dude. Yeah,
wings, brother.
That's the game. Like they give you the the least desirable version first, so they can double their money. It's
Hold up.
been playing this game
Brad,
for years.
Is that confirmed, Brad? Brad is saying $59.99.
Oh, there you go.
Bruh.
You got to think like Hasbro.
There's no fucking way.
What's crazy is,
Are you happy I'm throwing up, Ryan?
I'm throwing up.
I'm gonna catch shit for this, but notice how the slobber is a separate piece that is an insert.
Yeah. It's nice engineering.
Shit. Insert
cool.
slobber. That's crazy.
I'm with it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right.
Well, $59.99 is confirmed. That's crazy.
Brian said prepare to barf.
I'm in the big part with the cities, all right? with the buildings.
With all the buildings.
That's crazy. $60 for that?
Dog,
man.
That's rough.
I'll see you when it's $27.99.
I'm not that guy who's like says shit like Ali Khan or Ross Khan and shit like that, but I would wait on this one, fellas.
Yeah, I'd wait on this one.
I don't know that this is what I'd call a maximum offering.
Throat goat accessory, incredible. All right, let's talk about this fella right here. You guys take it away. I have no idea who this guy is.
Oh man, you don't know Warpath?
No, I was gonna call him Thunderbird. That's how much I know.
Saw the X on the waist and was like, "Fuck him and his whole family."
No.
You know what? Thunderbird is his brother who died.
Okay,
so,
tight.
And they look similar, although Thunderbird is a little more like old school.
I bet they all look the same to you, huh?
They all look the same. Well, just because they're brothers, huh?
So
yeah.
I'm happy. I'm pleased. But I was thinking about this in the car today. What I am worried about, all these grays are not matching the fuck up.
Yeah, we said that on the last show when we talked about the Maximum Spidey. It really does suck that like more of an effort isn't put in sometimes to like match on the plastic. Because I know some of that gray is molded, some of it is painted, some of it is on a different plastic than the other. Like, and it really sucks when that happens.
And I'm not even tripping over this gray matching the gray of the older shit, like of the Watch, Deadpool, and all that. This gray doesn't match their upcoming X-Force Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the gray on that Nightcrawler is a very light gray. And this looks on her and on him and on X-23, this looks to be a much darker gray.
Let me see. I mean, it's just going to be a picture off my phone, but let me see.
I wonder, all Legends don't come out of the same factory. They got to have like a couple of factories, right?
I think so.
Yeah. The easiest solution is, or the easiest answer to the question is, it's just these figures are just from different factories. Like you can send them the swatch and like or like the PMS color or the CMYK color or whatever, but like speaking from personal experience, the world of color matching with paint is fucked up. It's hard.
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at this Nightcrawler and like this shit is light as fuck.
And I see people saying that in the chat. People are saying like, well, they were on different teams and whatever. They were. The teams were different. The suits were the same. The team color was gray and black. So yeah, I'm aware that they had like different iterations of this team. Like, because Wolfsbane was on a team, Deathlock was on a team. I get it. But the colors were the same for the teams. It was always gray and black. So I don't know. No, you go ahead.
I will say, like, the only defense I will give them in terms of color matching is like I can totally see a situation where they're trying to like give the colors out for all these people and they give them a digital color and all the factories are trying to match a digital color, but when you try and match digital colors, CMYK colors, and try and bring it into the world of like paint, it's going to be different all the time. Especially it doesn't apply here because like the lighter the color, the easier it is to match. But when you start getting into like darker, more like deep colors and more vibrant colors, that stuff becomes extremely hard to match. So I can totally see a situation where like Factory 1 and Factory 2 both have the same digital swatch, but when they try and match it, the color that Factory 1 matches is going to be not completely different, but like it's going to be a shade off from the color that Factory 2 matches. The solution is if there was one company distributing all the paint and all the swatches, like the non-digital swatches to everybody, that would be it. But like that costs money.
But isn't it now with everything being digital? Can't they do a better job of color matching using, what is it, Pancho CMYK?
So CMYK is like the digital format. Yeah. So like so PMS is what do you call it? Is
it's a natural cycle occurring in a female's body. Nice.
But like you would think so. Like I thought the same thing when I started working at my job in signs. Like everything is digital now, so it should just be easy. But like there is no like like 100% conversion from digital colors to like physical paint, because there's like 16 million colors in like the digital like spectrum. But like when you're trying to match that to like real paint, there's like different stuff. And the thing with it is like sheen and quality and all of that stuff play a huge role and a huge part in like the overall color. So like a gray that you mix physically, like like an interior gray satin, will look completely different of an interior gray that's like semi-gloss or something. So there's like tons of like variables when dealing with physical paint, like just already, that it's very easy to see where if they're trying to convert a digital color profile into a physical paint profile, there's just going to be different stuff over and over again.
And you know, they've said it before when people have complained to them, like whether it be in interviews or whatever, maybe question and answer portions on shows, that it's really, really hard when like on his shoulder, very obviously that is molded in gray, and then the black is painted
on.
So like that honestly I think is the part they suffer with the most. I think for the most part they're okay, like when the color is matching, just when it's being painted it's okay, but when you're matching the plastic to paint, it's really hard for them. Like for a long time I think it's been that way. It's just rough for them. It's like you said, I don't know if it's happening somewhere else or whatever it is. It's difficult. It's really, really hard. That getting that color of plastic to match the paint that you're gonna have on it's just rough.
It was really bad in Lightning Collection too.
Yeah, Lightning Collection was pretty rough. That matching was really bad at times. I really wish that when they were doing that whole 2-pack campaign with Wolverine, that they would have had a Wolverine and a Wolfsbane during that time, because we could have just like boom, bought this pack, completed that team just immediately.
Yeah. What's crazy is if I spy with my little eye, they did not give this updated figure pinless joints on the Warpath, which is crazy.
Well, I mean, I think the obvious answer is it's using old legs. Like it's just somebody's legs.
Well, I'm looking at it and I see the butterfly joints. This is not the new bigger body that they use for what's dude's name in the Squadron Supreme?
Talking about what's his name? Damn, what's his name?
Anyway, that guy.
Hyperion?
Yes, Hyperion. I don't think that's this body. Like,
no.
This looks like a much older body still.
Isn't this an Omega Red?
Yeah, Donna Pops is saying Omega Red.
Yeah, I thought this was Omega Red. Yeah,
Vital is saying Hyperion though.
So look, he also has pins in his arm. Come on, Hasbro.
Yeah, this is old. It's an old stuff. I mean, at this point, like anything that has pins, like it's old.
Hey, shout out to Mario. He says if this X-Force Fest is $59.99, he's gonna throw up and shit
himself. Yeah, I highlighted that earlier.
Combo.
Shout out to Mario.
And this is also kind of the same thing with Laura. Her not having a hyper articulated body is
crazy.
Yeah, I wish it would have been double. I wish it would have been a double, so a ball joint at the top and then a ball joint at the waist. But I'm pretty sure that waist is just a swivel, right?
Yeah, and it's like this shit is new, but this shit is old at the same time. Like you giving us new old shit.
Okay. Kit Bash Customs and Tyree are saying that this is the new Venom body. This isn't Omega Red because Omega Red had a waist swivel. So that's what everybody's saying. The Pac.
I mean, that looks like it has a waist swivel. Why would it not? Am I tripping?
I mean, I'm blind, so I don't know.
Hold on, let's take a look. Is he swiveled here? No.
Enhance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro.
Enhance.
Like, is what's going on here good enough, new enough to warrant what 100% is going to be a $59.99 2-pack because of the size of Warpath?
I mean, absolutely not. No. No. The obvious answer is no. It's a 2-pack, so they can get away with it.
Okay, so that's why we thought it. Brad is saying that this is Venom's body with Omega Red limbs.
Yeah, it's just a Kit Bash of stuff for sure.
Yeah, they stay Frankensteining.
Yeah, maybe that's where it was confusing.
Ebony Leopard says they said Omega Red in the stream too.
Yeah, that's what, because I was watching Ryan last night with Wade, and he called it Omega Red too.
Okay,
but obviously it isn't. If the swivel isn't there, like, we're obviously not all of us are blind. It has to be what Brad had said, that it's the body of the Venom with the limbs of the Omega Red. So he just called it Omega Red on that stream.
So what are we saying? $49.99? Because
I hope so. If it's $49.99, that's like doable, I think.
Yeah, I don't know, because that would require this larger sized figure to be single carded at $24.99. Maybe, like, I don't.
That would be nice, dude. Do the red and the dark blue, please. That'd be nice. I love that screaming masked face for Laura. That's really nice.
I was about to say that too.
The Hood Part 2, dude.
Dude, we gotta recreate that. We gotta recreate that cover, baby. Gotta have fucking Wolfsbane blasting out the side. We gotta have fucking Wolverine on the bottom, like. Yeah. I love that cover, man.
I kind of want to flip my. I think the window's closed to flip my X-Force Archangel. Because we all know the new one is coming. So.
Oh yeah. I'd be pretty shocked if it isn't.
Yeah, I mean, they showed the knife effect from the wings. They held I'm in the stream. It was black.
Yeah. So, no update on that Laura torso. Does suck, Brian. Yeah. And that face, man. If it wasn't for that like screaming face looking so good, I think I'd be a little sour, or more sour than I am. But yeah. I don't know. I have a really, really big soft spot for Warpath. So
who are we? So who are we missing now? Because does this mean they're going to go back and redo those other characters that we got? Like,
well, from this team, isn't it just the 4? Isn't it just Wolfsbane and Wolverine and X-23 and Warpath from that specific team?
Yeah,
the Fierce 4, I think they call them, or something like that. That's like their nickname.
Sure.
Great name.
So. Great name. 10 out of 10. Move over, Reed Richards. Yeah, it's hopefully the other ones will like be trickled in waves, so I could buy them at $24.99 a piece instead of paying like $50-$60 for a 2-pack.
Wonderful. Your idea about the Wolverine during that, like, what was it, 50 year, whatever year, 30 year, whatever it was, of Wolverine, had that been a 2-pack with Wolfsbane, that would have been really good. That'd have been a good way to get that knocked out. And be able to sell us yet another gray and black Wolverine.
Oh, it's coming. They'll find another way.
All
right. Last but not least was this little tease. This missile right here. It's Hulk. I mean, come on. It's Maximum Hulk. There's no way.
Yeah, I mean, that missile. I mean, what does that say?
Yeah, I don't know. On the stream, they tried to say some funny things about like who it could potentially be with, but very much this is Maximum Hulk, a Maximum Hulk accessory. I can already hear people upset right now that they do not want this shit to run up the price and justify the price of the Maximum Hulk, because you can buy missile accessories like this and whatever that Dollar Tree line is of the fake GI.
Yeah.
They all come with missiles like this. Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, this is a continuation of what we talked about last week.
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
like we know Hulk is coming. This is not enough to move the needle to justify the price of what Hulk is going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think so. I mean, if it doesn't do a thunderclap, it's an absolute waste. There's no point in it for me. I could just use any other fucking Hulk that I already have. But I'm not gonna doubt them just yet. I want to see it, and I want to hope that Ryan, Dwight, and Dan prove me wrong. That they're like, aha, look at this, you fucking nerd, fucking nerd ass loser. We did it.
So here's something that they could have done with this missile to make it more. I don't know which Hulk movie was it. Was it the Ang Lee Hulk where they shot a missile at him?
Oh yeah, and then he
bit the end off
Yeah.
and then like spit it and it blew up something.
I think
But
that
they
was
didn't
Ang
even
Lee.
that would have been cool to make the tip of this removable.
Yeah, well,
Dog,
you know
I
what's
fuck
funny?
with the Ang Lee Hulk. I love
It
that
was
movie.
funny because
2 days ago.
it was funny because
God
Ryan
does not hold up.
it was funny because Ryan somebody asked Ryan last night, like, would you ever do an Ang Lee Hulk? And he was like, no. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, that's not happening.
Did he say it that abruptly? That is
No,
hilarious.
he was like, if you're talking Edward Norton Hulk, like, we could probably talk them into doing that because that is the MCU. But Ang Lee, there's no way. He's like, you know how old that movie is? That's not going to work.
Yeah, I literally just watched that randomly 2 days ago, and the CGI does not hold
the
up.
CGI is ass.
Dude, it's awful.
It's not good.
But
you know what's interesting? You know what's really great? Watching the behind the scenes and the making of for that CGI, because like back then that shit was like bleeding edge, and I used to, that was like one of the like 10 DVDs I owned when I was like a kid, was like Ang Lee's Hulk, and I used to watch like behind the scenes of like all the DVDs I had. And like the documentary about like the CGI behind that film was like crazy. It's really, really cool. And like they went in this whole thing about how they were like really married to still using like practical parts and stuff. So like that the scene where like he busts out of like that tank and he's like flexing and like the water is coming off of him, like all the water was real and stuff. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I'm sitting here just thinking back about that film. So the one thing, the CGI is trash now, but the one thing that still holds up and that I really, really love about that movie are the comic panels.
Yeah, I dug it too. It was corny. It's corny now.
Yeah, it is corny now, but
it's corny. It was corny back then too.
I don't know, something about it I just always really liked because it just made it feel like it, to me. Ang Lee got the comic lover part of it.
You know what it read to me? It read to me that like Ang Lee knew he was making a comic book movie and he didn't give a fuck like that nobody that like he's like, this is a comic book movie. Like, I'm gonna put comic panels in it. I'm gonna have a weird transition where this guy is outlined mid-explosion and we're gonna do a fast zoom into his eyeball or mouth or some shit. Cause it's a comic book movie. I don't give a fuck what you think. Like
and you know who I bet loves this fucking movie? I bet to this day, Sam Raimi.
I was just gonna say.
Yes. I bet that he thinks that Hulk movie is fucking the bee's knees, bro. I know he loves it. And I said bee's knees just as a shout out to Sam Raimi because he would love that slogan. I know he loves that shit, bro. But yeah, it's we still have not gotten a definitive Hulk film.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Ragnarok is as close as no. I fuck with Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton.
Yeah,
I like it too. It's good.
And you know what sucks is that we're never gonna get it because Paramount's contract for having Hulk is not contingent on them making anything.
Fucked up.
Yeah, it's a fucked up ass contract. There's like no incentive for them to sell it. They don't have to do anything. It's not like with the X-Men and whatnot or whoever the hell else had that kind of contract. They don't. They could just own it forever and nothing's ever gonna happen.
You know, every year, like it's still going around now that they're talking about doing World War Hulk.
Yeah.
I just think they have some work to do because Hulk has gotten terribly nerfed in the MCU, and I know people like him, but I still feel that Mark Ruffalo was not the right choice to be Banner.
You know, I have a soft spot for Mark Ruffalo, so I'm not the right person to.
I know.
To fight this.
No Ruffalo slander in the Dominguez house.
I like that guy. He's a nice man. We did have 2 super chats I wanted to get to. We're not ignoring your super chats.
Yeah, absolutely not.
We were just caught in the moment.
Before we move to super chats, the last thing I'll say about this right here is Sonic Rockman X is saying the exact same thing I've been thinking. Will it come with an exhaust effect, or do we need repulsor blast from Iron Man? The thing that would send this over the top is if they had multiple exhaust effects, like smoke trails and shit like that. That would be
still not enough.
Incredible. Okay, yeah,
it's not enough. Like it's not enough.
To me, like I think the exhaust effects would be cool because like they're so versatile and they would work across multiple characters. But specifically for Hulk, I can see why people are like, "Who gives a shit?" But like I'm this, you know, I own the copyright to Dust, so I'm like I'm into it, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what it is. It's Universal. It's Universal that has the rights, not Paramount.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
we know what you meant.
Yeah, they have the distribution rights.
All right, Rick, you want to read off those super chats real quick?
Oh yeah. First super chat is from a longtime viewer. The silence behind the violence, Bo Biggs, baby, with no message in the chat, just a very giving and wonderful human being. Shout out to Bo Biggs.
What did you say? The silence behind the violence.
The silence behind them, because he never says anything. So the silence behind the violence.
That's hilarious.
And if Boog was here, he'd say, "Appreciate you, brother." But he's not here, so I did it for him. And we have another super chat from Tachyon Transmitter. Thank you so much, Tachyon Transmitter, longtime viewer. Says, "Hey boys, caught up on the last ep. Wanted to chime in and say, I don't come to Legends for high-end quality, but affordable depth and kit bashing. I like deep cuts. I like deep cut looks for characters and Mafex for mains. Yeah, you know, that's one thing that Ryan and Dan always push is that they say, like, who has a catalog like ours as far as depth goes and like of like how many characters they were able to do. And I think it is hard to argue, like, who's been around this long and has this big of a universe in 6-inch plastic form. They are out there for it.
I mean, it's fair. I mean, shit. They're like the McDonald's of toy collecting. I mean,
and sometimes McDonald's hits for sure.
Yeah, and you know, Disney never switched up on them. They stayed. Everybody else like loses it, and they get like only so far in their lines. They're really the ones out here with a huge like depth in their line, and it's hard to argue. It's hard to argue that that's what they're about. That's where they excel, where it's inarguable almost, for sure.
Not mad at it.
That's wonderful. Wow, that wraps it up for Marvel Legends.
Yeah, that's it for Marvel Legends. Could you believe that we spent an hour on that?
I can completely believe it, actually.
I mean, it was a lot of reveals. There was a lot of good stuff. A lot of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff there. And Toy Fair's coming up soon, next weekend. So we're gonna have an exciting Marvel Legends, Mezco. I think Mezco goes to Toy Fair, right? Don't they have Toy Fair exclusives and shit sometimes? So we're gonna have a lot of news coming, and I don't know if it's gonna happen there, but we might even get license news on who's getting what in the near future. So wonderful. Our stream could be insane, depending on what is said. You never know.
Do we have a man on the street?
Boog is our man on the street. I know Machu's gonna be there. He's been pretty hyped about going to his first Toy Fair, so that's gonna be great too. We got a ton of people from the community going.
Yeah, Lago's gonna be there too.
Excellent. Lago from Lago Figs, the hit Instagram page, and also the owner and founder of Lagoland.
Wonderful. It's a good time to say it, but I think next week, me, you, Rick, Lago, and potentially Chamba are going to be talking Daima on Friday night.
Hell yeah!
I think we'll see.
Beautiful.
You guys do like a stream immediately after the last episode airs?
No, we'll probably wait till like 8:00 or something. Or
yeah.
Rick and I used to do streams every week for Super.
We did. It only lasted like 2 or 3 episodes, and we never did it again.
No, we absolutely
did not. It was called Genki Dama.
Genki Dama, great name. Great
It
name,
was a
great name.
great time. Great name, great name. It was a great time, and we're continuing it on with two great people in this community, Chamba and Lago Figs. I can't wait. I'm so hyped.
Can we talk a little bit of Daima tonight?
We're gonna do it right now after we talk about the reveal from Daima itself.
Oh, let's talk about this first.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's talk about this first.
Yeah, that Ryu, it looks good. That face is incredible. Like, it's one place they're not missing. I don't know what it is, but I swear it's not some haterade because I'm fucking buying these things. I'm giving them a fair shot. But I hate those knees. I don't know why they did them like that. They look like a cross, like in not a good way. Like the front
on
of
the
them.
back?
The front of them. Yeah, I don't like how they look when they're bent.
That right there. Yeah,
I don't like
that's
that.
rough. That's rough.
Yeah, I don't like that. But overall, the figure looks really good. As long as that torso moves, man, we're gonna be okay. I've been really worried because in all of these pictures, there's not a single movement in the torso in Ken, in Ryu. It's troubling. But this could be early prototypes that just can't do that at that moment when they were taking those pictures. So I'm gonna give them their face shake. I pre-ordered Baki, I pre-ordered Ken. We'll see what these guys are on because I'm interested.
So what is the retail for these?
$26.99.
I'm super into this, dude. Like, this is
Yeah.
when I think of Ryu, this is the model I think of for Ryu, 100%.
Yeah, and it's like I've been telling people, even let's say the worst is true. There's no fucking torso movement. It's not particularly great. Those head sculpts are fucking incredible.
Yeah, they're great.
People pay customizers like sometimes $50 for painted head sculpts. Which is perfectly fine, and they deserve to charge what they feel is worth their time. And so I don't mind, like, if worst case scenario this thing fucking sucks, dude, I'm paying $26.99 for like two sick ass quality head sculpts. I'll take it. Like, it's annoying, but I'll take it. Like, but why not?
Yeah,
Worst case scenario.
Alpha's my favorite designs for the Street Fighter team. I don't know if I'm in love with this, and if this like gave me the same feelings that I had when I saw the Jada releases. And you may have just ruined it for me because stop right there. Go back one. The front,
it's got to loop around.
Oh, it's looping. All right. The front, I thought you were controlling that. The front angle of that knee that you called out with that cross, I can't unsee that now.
It looks bad.
And then when they show it with that like that kind of like knee, that looks crazy, bro.
I don't like it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's another angle of it from the side, and it looks a little crazier too.
Yeah, they really should have scooped out the back so it could have just had like a tighter crunch.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they don't want to mess with the silhouette or something. I don't know. But I will say vanilla standing up in like a museum pose, like this thing looks immaculate. Like
yeah. And I mean, like I said, that head sculpt is incredible. It's so good. All of them. The Ken one, or that Ken one isn't that great, but like these Ryu ones, they're great.
Yeah, that looks good right there.
Yeah, like this museum pose right here, this looks kooky. I love it. It looks really, really good.
So can he put his arms down by his side more than that? Because I haven't seen one yet.
That's a good point, David, for sure. Yeah, I wonder if it suffers from like
right. I haven't seen a pose where his arms aren't out to the side like this. And is it because the chest is too broad?
Yeah, I could see that. The chest does look a little boxy, like in the sculpt.
Yeah,
a little bit for sure. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Storm puts out quality, so we'll see. $26 is a great price too.
Yeah, I'm giving them a fair shot, man. I'm gonna give them their shot. These head sculpts look great, and they're worth taking the risk.
Yeah. The Sagat looks really great. Please check out the Toy Migos review, Chama's review. Chaney's reviews.
Toy Migos. Yeah, I watched it today, and I don't know if I'm sold yet.
Dang.
I'm in. I'm fucking in.
I know. I'm a tough critic. You know why? Because I like, again, Alpha being my favorite designs. I like big ass towering monster size Sagat, and this is just decent sized.
But he's just as big as the soda. He is.
Wait,
He put them
Soda,
next to each
yes,
other.
he is as big as the Soda. They did some size comparisons on their review of him. I know that he's too big, but I still like the Storm Sagat. And so I may just wait and see. Again, I'll get this one because the price is right, but I may lean into the Alpha Sagat that Storm will inevitably get to.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to argue when you're talking Zangief or you're talking E Honda, but like, dude, you look at the gameplay. Sagat is never as big as you're imagining him. Like I'm looking at model right now, sprites and whatnot.
Alpha?
He's not that big. Not like Storm with Jada. That's huge.
Not the previous one. Not the previous. That one is too big. And they showed the Jada one next to the previous Storm one. That one is a monster. But I'm saying on this new Storm Arena line, the 6-inch line, I may wait for a Alpha 3 version of Sagat just to see. Again, I will get this one because I stand by that the line, and this does look good. I just wish it was a little bit bigger. But the sculpt is amazing. Yeah, see, Alpha Sagat was look how he's manhandling Akuma, bro. He was a monster.
He's not that big, man.
Look at him next to Ryu.
That's about the size of the Jada, man, with the Sagat.
Chest height, right here, yeah.
That's chest height. I don't
a little bit below the nips, but all right. But do they?
It's correct.
And Ryu's bent over a little bit too.
Yeah. I also like that he's a little bit like bigger. I know in Street Fighter 2, he's supposed to be like a smaller version, like that picture to the left of what you have up right there. Yeah, that one. So I know this is the body mold they're going for that, like, first appearance Street Fighter 2.
Well, this was like the Hyper Arcade HD version that came out for 360, and they redid all the art. So even this is not.
It's bigger than what it was.
Yeah, it's not even an accurate representation of Street Fighter 2 Sagat either.
Yeah, but this is good. And again, what is the price for this size in Jada? Is it $29?
Yeah, it's $29.99.
Because regular size are $24, and then this is $29.99. Yeah, me likey.
Yeah, they're all $29.99. The what's it called? The Blanca and the Sagat.
Wonderful, great price point.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk this Diamond Goku. Let's go, baby.
Let's do it.
Let's go. This looks really good. I have no notes. It looks really
That's
good.
My
no notes. Absolutely no notes.
So you know that I always ask you guys, and because I always get confused by it. Daima is canon.
That's what they say now. They say Daima is canon now. When it was in its inception, it was not. But it's canon now. What they say. So we'll see.
So, Super Saiyan 4 Goku for now is canon.
This version, yeah. And it's crazy that what a lot of people were saying too is like SHF is the first company to like confirm that it is actually called Super Saiyan 4. Like it's not just called something else or Super Saiyan Demon or whatever. It's like it is Super Saiyan 4, which is interesting.
Yeah, I have so many questions about like how they will make this work, because just as someone who watches the shows and doesn't read the manga, it's just interesting when you factor that in of like, where does this go?
And sure. Well, I mean, timeline wise, it's before Battle of Gods, after.
Yeah. No, not timeline wise. Like, where does this transformation now go? In the sense of, we have seen what comes after this even further than what goes after the show, thanks to the comic, right? So how do you introduce what I think is an amazing update to a design from GT, make it canon, but then kind of paint yourself in a hole where you can't go back to this for years. Because by the time they start doing the granola wave and animation, it's like, when the fuck do you ever come back to this?
I think the more and more we're going into this series, I think it's going to be like a memory wipe situation, which which is not my favorite thing to do either. But like, what do you call it? In the gas arc of the manga, they meet another like elder Namekian that is able to like that has like a theme of unlocking memories, because he fixes like a scouter that used to belong to Bardock, and then through that Goku is able to hear transmissions from Bardock fighting gas and stuff, and like there's like a theme of like unlocking memories and stuff. So like, if that is persistent across like elder Namekians and stuff, then maybe Neva is going to like wipe their memory or some shit. I have no idea. Like, at this point, this guy can do fucking anything. So I have no idea. To me personally, we've talked about this in private and stuff. Like, I know at like, I'm fully aware of like Daima's like whole production. So like, it started off as like, it's not confirmed, but like, Daima is the product of like Capsule Corp Tokyo, which is a company that was created to like kind of oversee Dragon Ball. It's a product of them fighting with I always mispronounce it, but Shueisha, how do you pronounce that, Rick? Do you know?
Which one? Shueisha?
Shueisha, yeah, sorry. I always mispronounce it, but like, it's a product of Shueisha and Toei and Capsule Corp Tokyo not coming to an agreement to continue Super. So like, Shueisha is like really holding on to that Dragon Ball license because they own Dragon Ball. They own the manga rights to Dragon Ball. And like, they're just being like they're just not allowing them to animate Super for whatever reason. Maybe they just don't want to get stuck into a situation where there's not enough content and they have to do filler and whatever. They're just waiting to like build up content to start the anime over. But like, there's just a gap in Dragon Ball content. So Daima was created because Capsule Corp was like, well, we got to do something. And like, why not like do this retail Dragon Ball GT? Then Akira Toriyama came on, and in its inception, it was supposed to be just a web series that was going to be released on like the Dragon Ball website every couple of weeks or whatever. And it was just going to be like a fun, like side thing that like just genuinely meant nothing. Like the Dragon Ball anime, Dragon Ball Heroes, which is a tie-in to like their card game or whatever. But like, the anime generally means nothing in terms of the overall canon. And it was going to be like that. But then as Akira Toriyama got more and more involved, and he started like giving more character designs and more like story input and all that stuff, then as the creator of the series gets more and more involved, it becomes more and more canon because it's by the creator.
Toriyama himself, right?
Yeah. And then like, sadly, he passed away, and then upon news of him passing away, Toei and Capsule Corp Tokyo was all like, all right, well, let's really like roll out the red carpet and let's upgrade this once web series to like a full broadcast thing. We're going to air it on TV, and it's just going to be like a complete celebration, because like, that's what like obviously the man deserved and everything. So like, it's in this weird, strange limbo. So all of that being said, like, I understand its inception, and like, to me, like, I'm just letting this shit slide, dude. Like, like, I can completely see that whenever they started writing this or whatever, they had no intentions of making it fit into the overall canon. So like, that's it. Just because they say it's canon, that's cool and that's great. And maybe in the future they can write stuff whenever the Black Frieza arc starts. I mean, Toyotaro is like a good writer. Like, he's able to like do a lot of stuff with the Dragon Ball Super manga. So I have faith in Toyotaro to retcon a lot of stuff. This stuff retconned, to make it work. But like, at the end of the day, in its inception, it was never meant to fit into canon. So like, I'm just enjoying the ride, and then we'll see where we're at next Friday.
I will say, I have been enjoying this and I have not wanted it to go away because I was always a fan of these Super Saiyan 4 designs, and I was bummed when they went God mode in Super and didn't circle back then and bring back the Super Saiyan 4 models to say their true simian ape whatever look was what made them, that's what their version of a God mode would look like.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but if we do jump ahead, the irony is not missed on me that Black Frieza could potentially face down Super Saiyan 4 Monkey Goku and Vegeta and allow him to bring back you stupid monkeys. That's not missed on me, the irony of that.
The stupid monkeys.
So, yeah, but the show has been really good. You have helped kind of shift my perspective on it because that's been my biggest critique is that fuck, I really like everything they've done with this. I don't want this to go away.
Yeah. I think that that's like the general feeling everybody has. Like, we've just not had Super for so long. We're like, God, we don't want this to leave. Like, it's been such a fun ride too. I don't, and it's been great. I've really loved it.
It's genuinely the best this franchise has ever looked, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Like everything about this show just feels like Toriyama. Even like that big joke of this past episode, I was like, God, that's the most Toriyama fucking joke.
The episode.
Yeah, like not only was it just really funny, but it was so funny because it was so Toriyama. And it sucks that next week is very likely the end. They've never confirmed that or anything like that, but I think we could tell that it is. It's funny enough. I think the last episode's name is Maximum.
Hell yeah!
Interesting.
They heard Hasbro talking. They want in.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how it all wraps. I love this new design, bringing it back to the figure itself. I love this design. I love the transition from the black hair to the magenta hair.
Yeah.
I love the addition of these big ass monkey paws, fists.
Them ludicrous, get back, motherfucker! You don't know me like that,
bruh. That first transformation into this form was dope as fuck. I also liked, I want no spoilers, but on this latest episode, how it was a similar transformation but different when he did it the second time.
Yeah.
Was something I had never seen Goku do before with any of those transformations. So it's been a good ride, man. So you're getting this.
Oh yeah, obviously. I mean, like I'm all in the wave. Like I buy every single figure that comes out for this line, and I genuinely love 99% of figures that come out. But like I'm genuinely excited for this one. There's like no question. Like the only figures in this line that like bum me out are like event exclusives and recolors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Playing devil's advocate, I'm sure this thing is not going to move well in the neck, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I saw somebody in the comments the other day of like one of the posts was like, "Damn, so he just has moving limbs." Like, yeah, but I want it. I don't care.
I don't care. Like, if the engineering is like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, like all you really have to do is take these two bangs that like drape over his chest, just like take them out. Then you have all your range there. And then you could just reattach it with like putty or something. I mean, for a display, obviously. And whatnot.
I don't think, because I gave up on Figuarts Dragon Ball line a long time ago. But I don't think I would get this version of this character, but I may be tempted for the other one. And again, spoiler free, but I've always loved this design of Super Saiyan 4. So now that it's canon and now that they've updated this look to give it this more simian monkey ape look, I fuck with it heavy. So yeah, this looked good. These colors just pop so well. The orange matches up with that magenta so well. It just looks really good.
Yeah.
Great. I want them all. I want Glorio. I want fucking Nahare. I want Ponzi. I want them all.
I want them all.
And I wanted to go back to what I was saying earlier in the chat about Glorio. He has been one of my favorite new characters that's been introduced in Dragon Ball. And I just want, again, it goes back to, I want more of these characters. Like, I do not want these people to go away. Like, I like Supreme Kai's siblings. Like, I want to know more about that family dynamic. I like what's the little girl's name? Ponzi.
Yeah.
Ponzi. I like her and her fucking dad. Like, what's my boy's name with the belt, and now he's rocking the hat?
Oh man, what was his name?
Hibis. Yeah, like, I fuck with dude heavy. Like, I've loved almost every character they've introduced in this series, and I'm gonna be bummed that we never get to see them again potentially. So,
you know, I don't know how much you'd be into it, but a manga adaptation would be awesome because we'd probably get a lot more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep. Yeah.
If they retread, like, well, I don't know if they'd retread it because they retread movies a lot, but I don't know if they'd retread a web series like this. But who knows? But yeah, a manga would be sick. Like, you could just exposition the hell out of this. I'd love it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Donna Pops is asking if I've missed any. I have not. I have not missed a single figure. Unique figure. My mental gymnastics. The only figure I'm missing is the Mexican exclusive Goku. But it's the exact same figure as the New York Comic Con 2012 Goku. It just has a different box. That's the only thing I'm missing.
One day.
Yeah, I don't know. It's $4,000, so I don't know.
Never say never, bro. One day, you make that your way.
Maybe I'll trade my Umbreon for it. Who knows? Probably not. Never.
You might go to a toy show where somebody doesn't know what they have.
Know what they got, baby. Flea market. Somebody bring that bitch up from Mexico. Be like, $3.
So sometimes that stuff happens to me. Like, I found the Super Battle Collection Golden Ozaru at a toy show for like $30, and that's like a insanely expensive figure.
Yeah, it's pretty pricey.
Never know.
You never know. Yeah, you're right. You never know. But yeah, that does it. Do you guys want to touch base a little bit on Captain America and stuff real quick?
Yeah, I thought we'd do Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Captain America really fast before we get out of here.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, let's just do quick ones. Let's try and wrap it up at 10:30.
Yeah.
That works.
What are we doing first, Captain America or Spider-Man?
Let's do Spider-Man first.
That show is incredible. I don't know what to say besides the fact that show is incredible. You know, there is a leak list of Marvel Legends that has like been 100% so far.
Yeah.
That came out not that long ago, and there is a wave for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and I hope that wave is real.
Did you see that Norman Osborn? Was that a custom that was floating around?
No, that was a render from Glowing Ghost.
Oh yeah. Glowing Ghost gets me every time, baby.
Yeah,
every time, man. I hope that wave that was leaked is real because it's exactly what I would want. It was an incredible show. I really implore everyone to give that show a go. I know so many people started the show and we're just like, nah, didn't like it. Don't do it, man. Give it its shot. It's just so fucking good. What an incredible ending that show was. The show was great. I'm so happy that they're so far along with season 2. We already have character models for people in season 2. Yeah. And
really?
they said they already recorded all of season 2, that it's just animation now. So if we're lucky, maybe we'll get it at the end of this year.
Yeah, I had critiques for the first 3 episodes, more so for that first episode.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they got to the last episode, I was sitting there. I watched this with my kids because they were on winter break this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there verbally apologizing out loud to the show. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't know. And I know. Apology. Yeah.
I know not what I say.
Yeah. So good on them. Good on the team behind this. I was telling you guys that mileage may vary on other people agreeing with this, but the best Spider-Man show since the animated series of the 90s.
Yeah,
hands down easily.
Pretty hard to argue. And I think we said it here last week, but it's probably the most like accurate depiction of Doc Ock we've ever seen. Like not just look, but like everything about him. It's been great. It's been really good. I want more. Yeah. I want more of this one.
And something that I want to say for those who have not watched it yet, my biggest takeaway and biggest compliment to this show is that this animated show is
Mm-hmm.
everything that MCU Spider-Man should have been.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like all the beats, his relationship with certain characters, acknowledging other characters in the Marvel universe that we've seen. It's funny how they walk this kind of interesting line, because throughout the series they make reference to things that have happened in the MCU. There are a ton of Easter eggs that are both comic and live action in this show, and everything about Peter, his relationship with characters. This would have given us, in my opinion, the quintessential Spider-Man in live action form, which would have given Tom Holland so much more to do. So much more to do. So if you haven't watched it, or if you've been on the fence, it's definitely worth the time. Highly recommend.
And when you think you know how the show is going to go by watching the first 2 to 3 episodes, you're wrong.
Nah,
you're wrong. It does such a good job. I highly recommend anybody that's been on the fence, check it out, because it's great, man.
Yeah, great stuff.
It's so good, and you know what? I loved the look of Iron Man in this show too.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Really, really good.
Yep. And what the movie should have done, we got just enough of Iron Man being there to acknowledge him in the universe, and then I'm out. And I'm out. And that's what MCU Spider-Man needed. Like I get it. Robert Downey Jr. was the driving force behind the MCU. I've said it when we talked about this last time, and I'm saying it again. Spider-Man needs no crutch. Spider-Man does not need to be relying upon Tony Stark or Iron Man to establish himself as a character. It's Spider-Man. And this show does a really good job of that.
Yeah. And I think he very quickly realizes himself that, like, you know what, I should just do this on my own.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah, he's gonna real Miles Morales shit. Check out the show, and let's hope that this wave is real. I don't know if it would be at Toy Fair. That would be awesome. But
what is the? I haven't seen that. What is the sneaked list?
The sneaked list is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Probably like the last 3 episode suit. Spider-Man homemade suit.
Hell yeah.
Nico. Norman Osborn. Daredevil. Doctor Strange. Regular Peter Parker with a Build-A-Figure Doc Ock. I mean, does it get any better than that?
Not
I
too
mean,
sure.
what's missing? Just a Harry, it's good. I'm in. Sold. I mean, I would love a Scorpion maybe, but
I was about to say I would have liked to have seen Scorpion.
You do a Scorpion Lonnie 2-pack.
And I would have liked to have seen their variation of the Future Foundation suit.
Yeah, that'd have been cool too.
Because I like that at first I thought it was just a 1-to-1, but the Future Foundation suit, but done with that red and blue, was really cool and really grew on me.
Yeah.
And I really liked that suit. This show has so many Easter eggs, bro. When I realized that Lonnie was hanging out with Bulldozer, I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, I didn't realize until he turned around and then you saw the Bulldozer chain, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, because they kept calling him Doze or like Dozer. But then when I realized who the fuck it was, I was like, okay, y'all are going ham in here. Yeah, when the Slingers showed up, bro, I was like, come on, son. Again, I'm trying to talk about it without talking about spoilers. If you've not watched Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, give it a go. You guys will really enjoy it. And it's a letter.
We're talking characters, not story beats or like spoilers on the characters or their development or anything like that. Please go check it out. Go check it out. It's really good. And speaking of Marvel, how about that Capitan America? What did you and Poncho think? I didn't watch it. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, it's gonna sound really rude, but I don't care if you guys say anything spoilery about it. I'm not very jazzed on it. I'm gonna give it a shot when it's available on Disney Plus.
They'll appreciate that.
Yeah, and you know what? I hear this
They
movie's
will
doing great numbers
appreciate them.
because there's nothing else right now. Good for them, good placement because I hear the numbers are doing perfectly fine. I hear they're good. Not
Yeah, it's the
obviously not a
highest
smash
grossing
hit.
Captain America movie for sure.
Yeah, here it's not like the greatest. It's not the second coming of Steve Rogers, but I hear it's really good. I hear the numbers are really strong. So good for them. I hope Thunderbolts does that well because Thunderbolts looked fucking great so far.
How deep are we getting in this? Are we doing? It's been out for a couple weeks now. Are we doing spoiler free? Or are we talking spoilers, Pete?
That's up to you and Poncho. I don't care either way if you guys do. Like I said, that's not to be mean to this movie, but I'm not gonna die over like something being spoiled here.
I feel like we can talk spoilers. I feel like the zeitgeist around this movie is people really wouldn't care if we talked about spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to have to say that just because it seems like such a mean thing to say, but yeah, I don't think people are gonna care.
Yeah, so this
Hey!
final warning: if you don't want to be spoiled on this movie, that's the last thing we're talking about. So if you just want to if you want to be spoiler free, then see you next week.
Yeah.
See you, Chris. This is like peace out. I'm fucking out of
here. I'm gonna let you. I don't even want to take turns. I just wanted to have a free flowing convo because I went in with low expectations. Disclaimer: you guys know this, but I'm gonna share with the world. Not the biggest Anthony Mackie fan. I do not think he has leading man like charisma. I don't think he has he was good enough to be Falcon because that was kind of like a sidekick character a little bit. I never thought, it's funny because I saw an interview with him and I agreed with him. He was asked, did he think when he was cast as Falcon, did he think or did he know that he would go on to become Captain America? And he said no. He was like, it never registered to me. As I got deeper in the role of Falcon and, got deeper into the production, it was brought to my attention that in the comics, Falcon goes on to become Captain America, but I never thought we would take it there. And the way he said it was, we have a fully functional, healthy Steve Rogers, Captain America, and Chris Evans. So me ever being this character never crossed my mind. And I agree with him because it never crossed my mind that they would take it there as well, just based on who they had and who he is.
Yeah, no. I mean, nobody would take this role and be like, dude, this guy's gonna give up someday. I'm gonna take it.
That's true. I agree with you, David. I think Anthony Mackie like shines way more as Falcon as he does as Captain America so far.
Agreed.
But like, to be fair, like playing devil's advocate, like the opportunities he's had to shine as Captain America aren't, I don't know, like because you think about like his debut, his debut is in arguably one of the greatest MCU movies of all time. So like he is like on point in that movie. Like like it's great.
In Winter Soldier?
Yeah, in Winter Soldier, like he's like really good in that movie. He plays his role perfectly. His like, and we talked about in private that like he doesn't really have like leading man charisma, but like I had no issue with his charisma at all in Winter Soldier. I thought he was great. But like there's just something about, I don't know what it is. Something about like Captain and Winter Soldier, something about this movie where it doesn't seem like he's performing at that same level. It's really strange.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of that may have something to do with the Russos being absent from this film. Honestly, the Russos have been absent from every project that he's done with Marvel and this character since Winter Soldier.
Yeah, for sure. And like good directors like can pull great performances out of just good actors. Good actors can get great performances pulled out of them by capable directors all the time. So maybe you're right. Maybe it is just that. Ebony Leopard brings up a great point. He said, I felt Anthony had great chemistry with each character he interacted with. I would say the same thing. Like he has great chemistry when like he has someone to bounce off of. This is like the only like huge spoiler that we'll talk, because somebody else brought it up earlier that like what kind of spoilers are you going to talk about? Everything was shown in the trailer. The only like huge spoiler that we'll talk about is, again, spoilers. Bucky shows up in the movie briefly, very briefly. Just like neutered Senator Bucky. And like, but I will say that like when he showed up, that was like the only time in the movie where like I felt like Anthony locked the fuck in, and like it was, then it felt like an MCU movie. Like I don't know what it was, but like when him and Bucky were on screen and they were just like going back and forth, even that small scene, I was like, all right, tight. Now this feels way more familiar. That all that being said, like I know we're talking about a lot of criticisms. I don't hate the movie. I think the movie's fine. Like it's not like dog water like a lot of people are saying online. Like people are saying that this is as bad as like I don't know. So people are saying it's as bad as like Marvel's and Quantumania. I mean, I like those movies. I think they're fine. But like people are saying it's as bad as like real like duds. I don't think so, man. Like there's no fucking way.
There are two things that I walked away from with this movie. One is this movie should have been what the Falcon and Winter Soldier show was.
Yeah, it's a great like finale to that show.
Yes. 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 And two, given who the villains are and given the setting and given how the movie ends, this 100% is a fucking Incredible Hulk movie that stars Captain America.
Yeah.
Which is a weird flex because and the thing that they spend the most time setting up in this film is probably the part of the film in hindsight that's the most boring. Like, or the part that mattered the least. The whole like adamantium thing and the Tiamat thing and explaining why the Celestial is out in the Indian Ocean. They really gave two fucks about any of that. Like it in hindsight. And it really like, I don't know. Another thing that really just bothered me, and again, thinking that the movie was okay, was I understand why they did it. Doing the Red Hulk reveal in the trailers was stupid.
Dumb. Stupidest thing they could have ever done.
Stupid. Yeah. Because even as a comic book reader, I know that he's coming, but the fact that my wife is sitting there and she's like, where's the Hulk? And I'm just like, she's like, he's the Hulk, right? And we're like 10 minutes in. And she's like, why are we having to wait to the end to the Hulk? This is no surprise. And I'm like, well, shit, if that's your takeaway, I know that's everybody's takeaway, because you're like just you're like a, what is the casual? Like you don't know shit about this. And so for me, I sat through the whole movie just like feigning my ignorance of, okay, here he comes. This is the surprise. And it's not a surprise because they spoiled it.
Yeah, they showed it. If they would have kept it under wraps, then at least you would have had that anticipation of like, I know that he is eventually going to turn into Red Hulk, but like, is it going to happen in this movie? Like, are they going to just tease it, or are we going to see him fight, or what? Like, and I think it's that anticipation where it's like, oh shit, okay, cool. But like, yeah, the fact that they showed it so early, I was like, okay. Yeah. And like the whole movie is structured around that reveal.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
And I know that this movie, because I'm a cinemaphobe, not cinema. I'm a cinemaphile. I love movies. I love knowing the story of how movies are made, and so I know about all the production woes of this film.
Yeah,
and where they landed with like Giancarlo Esposito stepping in for Seth Rollins to take on that role. Like I understand why they did that, but the Serpent Society are really, the way that they re-envisioned them was cool as shit. And that goes back to me saying again, I would have much rather had the Serpent Society be the enemies or the antagonist in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then had that tie into this film. You know what I'm saying? Because that team, that's a team. Like that is an organized team of villains that can be this Captain America's foil. And you know, the way that what you said about when Bucky showed up, that's when it felt like an MCU movie. That whole exchange from the moment that they shoot up Sam's truck, and then it goes into the fight in the junkyard and all that stuff. That's when it felt like an MCU movie to me. And that was stuff that I didn't know was coming because they kept that stuff under wraps. That part of the movie felt really good. And I felt like we should have had more of that, like him worn down by the Serpent Society.
Yeah.
So that by the time he got to the Hulk fight, it's like, well, shit, how are you going to get out of this? Because while we know this is coming, you're ragged and tagged by having to take on the Serpent Society this whole movie and the leader's brainwash shit. So it's like, there's no way you stand a chance against Red Hulk. And then for him to come out victorious in the end, that's where it's like, okay, yeah, you're Captain America. Because if you can go withstand and weather all of that and then find the way to get the win, I like what they did with this. But
yeah, you know, I'm a WWE fanboy. So when I heard that Seth Rollins was cast, I was like, dude, this is fucking amazing. I can't wait. This is gonna be sick. Serpent Society, it's Seth Rollins, I'm in. And then when I heard that they fucking took it all out, it really killed any sort of excitement I had. Like Red Hulk, whatever. You know, we've seen Hulk before, whatever. But I thought that was so exciting because it was just like you said, it's a big team.
Yeah.
And they just totally flubbed it and got rid of it for whatever reason. That's just it's fucking sucks.
And I'm not super familiar with Seth Rollins. Is he like charismatic? Is he a good actor? Does he do good promos for WWE?
Yeah, he's good. He's great. He's one of the best. He's one of the most consistent guys on the roster. He's great.
I watched an interview with him, and he not sour grapes, but he definitely felt some kind of way about like all of his shit being cut. There was also a woman, I don't know her name, but she was going to play Diamondback. Is that the pink haired?
Yeah.
He spoke about her a little bit and how they were all in on this. They did the training. They knew all the, they were ready. They had shot really good scenes that everybody felt good about. And then he said that he was like, I don't even know if I can say this because of my NDA. And then he was like, but fuck it. Do I even still have an NDA if I'm not in the movie anymore?
Yeah.
But he was clearly bothered by, him being basically recast. And on some behind the scenes shit, how anticlimactic. Do I want to say anticlimactic? How anticlimactic, yeah, I'll stick with that. That Giancarlo Esposito ended up being Sidewinder with all the speculation about who he was going to be and the things that he said. I think he shit the bed a little bit.
I think so too. Yeah, I think he jumped the gun and they're like, no.
Yeah.
As soon I think we'd said it in our group chat that as soon as he'd said like they want me to be Dr. Doom or Magneto or Professor Xavier, I think we were all like, well, they're not going to make you shit now.
They're not going to make you any of
you just said it. Like, good luck. Like, they fucking threw you out now.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it fucking happened. They just made him. And then it was so funny because, like, he very obviously doesn't know what's going on because when he said that he was a part of Captain America 4, he made it seem like he was going to be some, like, incredible role. He's like, they made this character just for me. Like, man, what? Sidewinder's been in the comics for forever. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And then remember at one point he even said that, well, I guess that could still be true, but he said the character that he was cast for can live on in the movies and in shows and blah, blah, blah. And it was like a big deal character. But it's like, is it though? But all in all, I enjoyed it. I probably would have enjoyed it more from the comfort of my couch, also watching it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm going with it. I was really disappointed when I saw that Serpent Society was out. It took the wind out of my sails.
Yeah. And it just would have been a really great foil for Sam because a lot of the members of the Serpent Society are like minorities. Like a lot of them are Black and like Latino and like women. And so having that like kind of be his mix, I just would have liked it. And the last thing I'm gonna say is bruh talks a lot. Like my guy gives a lot of speeches.
There's a lot of monologuing.
Yeah, there's a lot of monologuing in this movie.
He does
I understand the monologuing. It doesn't feel, the screen time doesn't feel earned for like the amount of monologuing he does, but like it feels earned in like when you take yourself and you know, like obviously like we know the entire like climate around like the whole philosophy behind him as being Captain America and all that stuff, like everything about that, when you take all of that in, then his monologuing feel, then you understand why it's there for sure. But like structurally as a film, like he just starts popping off, dude. Guy starts yapping all the time about like, but it's like, where's this coming from in the movie? It's nutty.
Yeah. And you know what it is, bro? And this goes back to him not having that leading man energy, because there's nothing wrong with a monologue if it not only moves the people on the screen, but if it moves me in the audience.
True.
But Mackie doesn't have that. Like it's very clear. And I'm a theater major. So that was my major in college. And so he's monologuing in the sense of in anticipation of getting to the end of his lines. And that is not great, right? Like it's like, yeah, it's like these are the lines that I have to say and in scene. And it's like, nah, bruh, you got to like live in the moment, because there are times where he doesn't have good pauses. There aren't times where like he delivers a line in a certain way for impact. And it's like there's just a disconnect, because you are right. I enjoyed him in Winter Soldier, but I have not enjoyed him in anything since.
I didn't mind him too much in Age of Ultron. I thought he was all right in Age of Ultron.
I don't what
just complains about his bird.
Which, you know what? Which one was I take that back. I liked the relationship that he had in Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War was nice. Him and Spider-Man and Bucky, and that was great.
Bucky, and he had those good one-liners where he was telling Bucky, "I don't like you." Like he had some good character moments there. But again, not leading man shit. That's more sidekick shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I gave it a, what did I give this movie? I gave it a 6 out of 10.
That's crazy. But I see it.
I don't like you. The girl don't like you.
I'll say, like, I mean, I felt like he even had a better performance in the Disney Plus show than this.
I just really didn't like that show, bro. That show fell so flat to me.
I didn't mind the show. I thought for what we got, it was cool. But like my biggest issue with that show, much with this one, is like knowing what we could have had. Knowing what we could have had just makes it like crazy. I will stick with like what I said when I like came out of the theater. Like I enjoyed the movie for sure. It was entertaining. I'm like a movie theater person. I love the movie theater. So like seeing it in IMAX, especially seeing all like the aerial scenes in IMAX and like the climax in IMAX was pretty cool too. And then just sitting there with like my soda and my popcorn, like that is like the movie theater. That is like the movie experience to me. So like I had a good time. I thought it was cool. But like it is not without its flaws at all.
Yeah.
And I can totally acknowledge that. But is it ass? No, not even close to being ass.
I wouldn't say it was ass either.
It's just okay. It's okay at worst, good at best.
Yeah. You know what? And this is super spoilery. So if you have not left, and Rick, I'm sorry, this is gonna like fuck up. All right. The ending was annoying in the sense of you set up Ross talking to Betty, saying that he wanted to walk with her at the cherry blossoms and blah blah blah. You have your final fight take place at the cherry blossoms, and then Sam is the one who's able to talk down like sun's getting low. Ross, why?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like,
yeah,
I didn't really fuck with you. Yeah, I didn't really fuck with you as Ross, and you're Sam Wilson. I definitely don't really fuck with you now that I'm the Red Hulk. So why would I listen to anything that you have to say, as he said himself, non-Steve Rogers? So if anyone was going to talk him down at the end, in the cherry blossom setting of their battle with Sam basically like about to take the L after that long monologue, it should have been Betty.
Yeah, for sure. I don't necessarily have an issue with it as much as you do. Like, but no, but like I thought the exact same thing. If it was Betty, it would have like reached an emotional level that is like way
Correct.
better than her just basically visiting him in jail. Tight.
Yeah. And it should have came when, and you know what? The perfect setup for that would have been with Sam after he got his wing, whatever, and Ross was like pummeling him, and the vibranium was building up, and blah, blah, blah. And he had at that point lost control. And it should have just been like someone off screen yelling simply just dad.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it should have had him, right? Like, because that was his whole thing. I've changed. I'm not that same guy anymore. I'm not blah, blah, blah. And here you are, the president, as your most hated enemy, beating down Captain America in the street. And that makes more sense as a snap out moment of, you told me you changed, you told me you were different, and that should have been his awakening. And then maybe that's when Sam like delivers the knockout punch or whatever. But it would have been a great callback to the conversation they had, in him just really wanting to control the beast in a way that Banner hadn't. You know what I'm saying? At the end, because eventually he does end up gaining control of the Red Hulk. And that could have set him up for future films to be like, I'm able to control this thing in a way that Banner was not.
Sure, yeah. I can see that for sure. Yeah, again, it's just like just thinking about what could have been just makes you want like that version of the movie way more. The last thing I'll say before we wrap up is like the part that a lot of people like, the main discourse throughout like the trailers and all that stuff ended up not being an issue at all. Like I remember with like during the trailers and stuff, everybody was talking about like, how can Sam fight Red Hulk? Like, does it make any sense? This makes no sense at all. And like that ended up being something I didn't give a shit about during the movie, like at all. Like it's like so crazy to me. Like I thought that they handled like their fight pretty well. Like it was very obvious and apparent that like the suit was doing all like the lifting, and like it was just buffing him. Like it was just tons of buffs on him from that suit. Yeah. And he does have like the combat prowess to utilize such an OP suit like that. So like it wasn't as like crazy unbelievable as like a lot of people were making it out to be. Like the discourse around that first trailer or around this picture was like, this doesn't make any fucking sense at all. But like it ended up being just fine.
Yeah.
To me.
The one thing that, and I was cool with that, because a lot of the fight was just like cat and mouse, which makes sense, right? Like I can't go toe to toe with this dude, so I need to figure out a creative way to beat him. The only thing from the fight that had me be like, all right, come on now, was when he swung the flagpole and then Sam caught it to save those people. Oh. I was like, oh, your arm should be ripped away off right now.
Yeah, they're soup.
Yeah. But one thing that they did not do a great job of explaining was, why not just take the serum? Because you already have like an enhanced suit. So why not just take the serum to give yourself the extra edge to be the Captain America?
Well, I think that like that is like a part where the writing really fell short. Because like, you know, in the film, he does very briefly, he does have like, you know, this inner struggle and like this moment of vulnerability where he was just all like, I should have just taken that fucking serum, dude. Like I'm like a fucking idiot for not taking this shit. But like again, with a stronger script, like the theme of like Sam having that burden of just being a regular ass person as Captain America and like being an inspiration to regular people could have been like much more like prevalent. Yes. Like that is and like they touched on it a very, very small amount in the film, but like, you know, that is what it's supposed to be. Like he didn't take the serum because like that like him being an inspiration to regular people is much more important than like taking a serum. Like, of course, like people can aspire to have the morals of like Steve Rogers and Captain America, but like Sam as Captain America gives a completely different level of inspiration because he is just like a regular dude doing all this stuff all the time.
Yeah, I rock with it. Okay, but it sucks that you explained it better than the movie did.
That absolutely, yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
What a shame.
Good shit. I could talk about this for hours before we're trying to wrap, but yeah. What would you rate out of 10? What are you giving it?
I don't know. It's a solid 7. It's swimming in 7s for me. I liked it a little bit more than you. I liked it a little bit more than you, but like
I just think there are things that I want more of that I don't think Anthony Mackie is the guy to give us. But I mean, hey, here we are. As Don Cheadle so eloquently said, I'm here, deal with it, and let's move on. So
I'm here, ain't I?
Yeah. So let's move on. I need to move on because he's the guy. All right. I think that's everything, fellas.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do plugs.
I think there's a good time to say that. There's a good time to say not only will me and Poncho be doing our Dragon Ball Daima episode premiere with Lago and Chamba on I don't know which channel, but keep an eye out. But we are also very likely doing the same thing next week. I think we're doing Saturday because of Toy Fair. So keep watch. Probably gonna be Saturday again next week. I don't think we're gonna keep Saturday, but it just makes the most sense for next week. And this week nobody was available on Friday, so yeah. Keep an eye out for us. Next week's we'll post more details soon. Either Lago or me or Pancho or Chamba. We'll have the details soon for that time episode, and we'll be back here on Saturday to talk Toy Fair. Yeah. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell down there. And until next time, peace.
Good seeing you guys again.
Goodbye. Oh, the last thing I'll say is I'm selling Dusty's XL. They're $65, so just DM me. And then,
boom.
Goodbye.
People in chat so next
they were saying that like another reason he doesn't take the serum is because he saw like how like fucked up it made other people. Especially John Walker. Like his serum wasn't perfect. He had like a mental break. So.
And Isaiah Bradley, like his was not complete either. And he's kind of like because now he's like hella old, and yeah, like he's the same thing with Steve too, right?